might be helpful. I might talk to myself. Welcome to Forge at the Table. My name is Charles, and yes, just like last night, I am not going to be your dungeon master. But unlike last night, we're actually going to be able to host the show tonight because we got all of our internet issues solved. So tonight's game is a very special one-shot. It is being ran by Weiss Girl there. This is her first time DMing on our stream. I don't know. I think it might actually be the first time she's ever DM'd a stream, I'm pretty sure. So hang out and have some fun. This is kind of a unique take on Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. This is actually set in the modern times. This is not a fantasy game per se tonight. If you're familiar at all with Dresden Files and that sort of stuff, that's kind of what you're going to be getting yourself into tonight. But before we get to that, before I hand it over to her and let her go around the horn with her players, I got a couple of announcements to touch on. Last night I tried and I wasn't able to do it, but we're going to do it tonight. First off, to start off, I want to say a big, huge shout out and thank you to the guys over at Kobold Press, Wolfgang Bauer and his team, for hooking us up with some great giveaway stuff that's going to happen here in the future, and for giving me a free copy, hardbound copy of the World book for Midgard and the Hero's Handbook, and for hooking us up with some PDFs that are going to be getting given away here in the next couple weeks for that. Also, a big shout out to Dylan and I suppose Chris Pramis over at Green Ronin for the Fantasy Age and Dragon Age love that is heading our way. They are sending me the hardbound main rule books for both Fantasy Age and Dragon Age. We are going to do a review of those during an RPG Ramblings show or possibly a roundtable, not sure. And then we are going to kick those out to somebody out there on those nights that are actually going to get a chance to win those. And speaking of giving away stuff, yes, I have Nightbot open. So for those veterans of this channel that understand what that means we have a giveaway tonight. So tonight's giveaway, we got two of them coming up tonight. I'm going to hold off on the second one. That second one you're going to want to stick around to get in on, but that's going to happen after the break, which will be about an hour and a half or so from now. The first one is the wonderful folks over there at Easy Roller Dice Company. You can go check them out at easyrollerdice.com. Have sent us a big giant box full of these incredible leatherette dice cups and dice sets. So what you get is you get the leatherette dice cup, velvet lined, really nice, really sturdy, solid stuff. Okay, I just dented that. No. You get yourself a set of dice from Easy Roller, a dice bag, and you get yourself a gunmetal black D6. This is an actual metal die. So that's what you get. You get that for free tonight. That is a gift from Easy Roller Dice for you guys coming and hanging out with us tonight. So we're going to give away one of those, and then we have a second giveaway tonight. All you need to do to win that set of dice is, one, be 13 years or older, be a resident of the United States. I know, but international shipping kills me. And enter the following word one time. If you enter it more than that, well, guess what? Nightbot won't like you and you won't be in it. So go ahead, enter the word Easy Roller one time into the chat and you'll be entered to automatically win. We'll do the drawing right at the first break, or the only break, and then we'll move on from there. So that covers Easy Roller. That covers the giveaway. Let's see. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, tune in for our flagship show, which is The Long Road. We are moving on to episode 10. And yes, the love story is continuing. So if you've been digging on that love story, we might have a resolution tomorrow night. And then if you'd be so kind, one of the things that we do here at Forge at the Table, when we finish all of our shows, we like to go take our viewers and shoot them out there into the world of Twitch. So we do raids where we drop in on some other like-minded channels that are kind of running the same style stuff that we're doing. And we just kind of try to share the love and help kind of facilitate this gaming community that we're all about. So if you guys will stick around for that. And then finally, before I kick it over to Maya and her people, if you guys want to get involved in some role-playing games, and I'm not just talking about Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, I am talking about Star Wars, which our Star Wars game might be backburnered till this fall. So I know Subs is out there, so enjoy that one, Subs. I'll explain it to you guys later. We have so many games that are coming up, like Cthulhu, Star Wars, City of Mist, Supernatural, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, all sorts of stuff. If you want to get involved in some games, if you want to come hang out with some really cool people, all you need to do is drop a follow on our Twitch channel right here and get involved over there on our Discord. And the final thing is that here at the Forge, there's a particular website out there that we super love, and we try in every way, shape, or form to make sure that that website is what's being used on all of our Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition games. It might be used wholly or it might be used in part, but we try to make sure that we're using D&D Beyond. Those guys have been awful supportive of us in the fact that their moderators won't leave us alone. They keep hanging around, bugging us. We've tried every repellent. They won't leave. So they're sticking here. They're part of the team, and that's the way we want it. So if you've never been over there, go ahead and jump on over to the letter N, D, beyond.com. Again, that is the letter N, not the ampersand. The ampersand will take you over to this bear owlbear porn site. It's ugly, feathers, fur, claws. No, you don't want to go see that. So go ahead, head over there, check them out, but do that after our show, please. Not now, because Maya's got some really cool stuff, and we'd all be sad if you left right now. An Angry Dwarf. So, hey, now let's get the shout-outs done. So, a shout-out to John Megacorp for the follow, Karam MD, Ikari Light, Dr. Kill Patient, and an Angry Dwarf King for the follows. Super appreciate it. Welcome to our unique and it's a dysfunctional family, so find a corner, pick up whatever it is that you want to play with and have fun. I shouldn't have done that one. And Source for the tier 2 subscription. Thank you, Source. It's about time. So without further ado, I'm going to get the heck out of here. I don't need to be here. I'll see everybody once again back at the break. You're going to notice that there is a thing there for bits for us to raise it. We're trying to raise money for some shirts, one of which, let me explain this to everybody since we have her here right now. The Dungeon Master of this game is the person that we are having do the artwork for a very special Bubbles t-shirt. If you don't know who Bubbles is, go back and look at our backlog. The bits that we're trying to raise, that is a total of $500 to get 2 different shirts made. We are actually going to take 5 of each of those shirts and give them out. But that is also, we're striking a deal with Maya to have her do the artwork where she's getting half of all the profits for it. So, you know, she's a starving, struggling college student. I mean, you know, all that stuff. And so help her out as well. Man, I just went low on that one, but that's the way it goes. Anyways, like I said, without further ado, I'm going to turn this over to Maya and her crew, and this is now her show. Everybody enjoy the Bloodied Blossoms, and we'll see you guys in about an hour and a half at the first break. And we have 500 bits from Subsys Cyber. That is a +5 to the DM's first roll.
Wait, what?
So, with that being said, if you guys want to get involved and have an influence on the games, that's down there below. You can find that out in the doobly-doo or the panels. You can spend your hard-earned greenbacks on bits. Anyways, finally, Maya, this is your show. Let's go.
Okay. Thank you very much. Like you said, my name is Maya, or you can find me as at @WiseGirl, and I'm going to be DMing this game of modern Dungeons and Dragons. It's inspired by bits of media such as the Dresden Files, Supernatural, even a little bit of Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, the staples of my fantasy youth. And now I would like everyone to introduce themselves and their characters very briefly before we get right into it. So, Rainy Keys.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rainy Keys, also known as, Rainy Keys at chat. My character is Signe Lindstrom today, and she is a trickster domain cleric of Loki.
Good. All right. Who's next? My gosh, this is so hard. Atavistic.
Hey everybody, I'm Atavistic. I will be playing Jonas Madsen, the human fighter / warlock.
Firehawk.
I am Firehawk, and I am playing Carmen Lopez, a drunken master human monk.
And Pops.
I will be playing Jonathan Moonspeaker, a human druid with an herb shop in DC. Native American.
And finally, Jackwalk.
Hi, I'm Jackwalk. You can feel free to call me Jacob. I prefer it. But I'm playing Kenny Brown, a College of Glamour half-orc bard.
All right. So I think that's it. I don't think I can stall it anymore. Without further ado, let's get started. It's a typical Friday night, and you find yourselves all at the Plaster Dragon Bar. It's the place to be in the magical community. It's a place to unwind, to take off the disguises necessary to remain in the mortal plane, and most of all, it's neutral ground, so no violence can happen inside of its walls. It's also the prime place to find work. Employers often leave letters with the bartender Brandon. On this particular Friday, the bar is pretty empty. You see in one corner a gentleman wearing a cowboy hat, nursing a drink. In another, two young women talking quietly amongst themselves. And two lone men, each in their own world at the bar's top. You've each asked Brandon what work might be here, and he has responded by handing you the only letter he has on file. He only has a few copies of this letter, and he has given every single one of them out. The letter says, "Future employees, driving my posting of this job is my desire to keep our city safe. People are disappearing around the tidal basin, and we cannot let that stand. I'll pay $20,000 to the group that removes this threat. Obviously, proof of the mission's success must be sent to my P.O. box, so I know that the job has been done. The Cherry Blossom Festival will have tourists all over the entire area, which puts too many people at risk. I need your help in assuring the safety and security in the face of an unknown threat. Federal agents are refusing to get involved, so that leaves concerned citizens, such as us, to deal with the issue. Now, understanding as many aspects of the case is important for ensuring success. So far, 8 individuals have gone missing around the tidal basin area. Their bodies always reappear with gashes covering them, but the wound pattern is the only similarity. The time and location vary. However, it is important to note that the only people to be abducted have had no knowledge of the magical world. Aside from that little bit of information, I have nothing else to help you. I hope that you can end this threat and protect our city. UA. You ask Brandon how many other letters he's given out. He responds, he's given out 4, and he points to the only other occupied bar. Now, what would you like to do?
I'm going to walk over to the table where Signy is, since I know her and have kind of formed a bond with her at the herb shop, and I'll walk over. Greetings, Signy. Is it all right if I sit down?
I look over from where I was just explaining to Carmen about this one particular story back home, and I turn to see Jonathan, and I instantly perk up. Hey, yeah, no, you can sit. And I start scooting over on my side to make room for Jonathan.
Oh yeah, sure. By all means, just sit and join us.
Greetings, I am Jonathan Moonspeaker. I believe we have the same letter.
You too, huh?
Me too.
Joy.
I look around at the others that are present in the bar. I say, Brandon said that he gave out enough of these for all of us. Would the rest of you care to join us? Perhaps if we put our heads together, we can arrive at some satisfactory conclusions.
Oh yeah, just invite everybody over. Wonderful idea.
Carmen, hush. Even though I start to just shakily take my drink and just go, yep. Hush.
Hearing this, Kenny kind of looks over and sees the group of three. Kind of looks at them. He's like, "Well, the letter did say we needed a group for this, and I guess I can't do it on my own." So he'll just kind of saunter up and stand there, expecting these individuals to know who he is.
I just look at you blankly.
As do I.
Are you that country singer?
Which country singer? There's many of us.
No, the one whose concert like blew up. Gas explosion. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. You heard about how I saved all those people, right?
I only heard about the explosion.
It happened a couple years back. I don't know a whole lot much about it. My sister back home does, though. Huge fan of yours.
Most people are.
Never heard of you.
What do you mean you haven't heard of me?
I don't like country.
Kenny Brown?
Kenny Brown.
Who's that?
Sorry, Kenny. I ain't a fan of your music.
I am sorry, my friend, but that is not my scene.
Critics everywhere.
I can hardly be called a critic when I don't know who you are.
Agreed.
Oh, I know who you are. I just hate your music.
Kenny walks back to his table and just sits down.
And under the table, I kick Signy in the
Ow!
shin.
Ow, Carmen!
Don't be that rude. Jeez.
Perhaps a round of drinks would ease the tensions.
I can't drink. Make sure mine's a soda.
That is fine. I'll wave over to Brandon.
He comes over.
Carmen, what are you having?
I push my tankard forward. More beer, please.
A beer for my new friend and a soda for my old friend.
He nods silently and goes back and prepares the two drinks and brings them over.
And I see Jonas still sitting by himself. You there, why are you not joining us?
So y'all plan on going after that hunt? You'll end up getting
yeah.
yourselves killed.
Ugh, please. I've been in more scrapes than you can count.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's more than 5 then?
I can kick its ass. I'm not worried.
Well, all I know is you guys are going to end up getting yourselves killed, so it sounds like you need somebody with a bit more experience on your side. Jonas will then slap the bar, stand up, and make his way over to the rest of the group.
I lean over to Signy, and we want this guy. Why?
Because we need all the people we can get. I can only do so much.
We don't need anyone.
Yes, we do, Carmen. Second rule about the Viking Guild. You get help when you need it.
Whatever.
I know him by reputation, though we have not personally worked together. He is a skilled warrior.
I've ran into him a couple times in your shop.
Yes.
This is actually the most I've heard him talk.
We'll get used to it. Not a whole lot's coming out of this mouth. Jonas will nod at Jonathan in recognition and then take a seat next to him.
So I guess, yes.
I get scooted closer to squish up against the wall of the bar, I guess, then.
Kenny, who's still in his own little table corner, is just staring at you guys, dead-eyed, not sure what to think because he's never run into people who don't know him.
Well, are you just gonna stare at us, or are you gonna actually do something?
Oh, I can do something. Don't worry about that, pretty lady.
Oh, please don't ever say that again. Shivers.
Listen, Kenny. I understand that we have hurt your feelings by not knowing your music. It is not a critical statement, but perhaps You are not here simply for fame. Perhaps you are here, as some of us are, to protect the people of this community, in which case you would be welcome to join us. A man of your renown would certainly be of use.
Protect people? He's the one who butchered 20 of them at his own concert. How many was it, Kenny? 20, 30 that blew up in that fire?
First of all, I didn't butcher anyone. It was these damn mushroom things. I don't even know what they are.
Oh, it's the mushroom
Second of
talking,
all-
isn't it?
Do I know what mushroom things are?
Give me a nature check.
Nature check is Jonathan Moonspeaker. 15 with nature.
15. You know of kind of mushroomy monsters? There are a lot of plant-based monsters. No names stick out, but you're pretty sure there's at least one of them that's mushroomy.
I hear that's the thing at concerts, people on mushrooms, but I've never heard of people on mushrooms blowing up concerts before.
They just started shrieking and just got louder and louder and louder, and I don't even know what happened, but 20 might have died, but I saved at least 3 people that day.
Are you sure this is country music you're talking about? This sounds more like metal music.
Believe me, it was country. I don't know what these things are. Maybe they were metal fans. Never been a fan. I don't understand it. Just all this screaming. Why do you want to scream in a microphone?
You may not want to brag about saving 3 out of 23. That does not seem like something to, how you say, hang your hat on.
Ooh,
Listen.
good one.
I like the analogy, but I can save a lot more than 3 now. I was just starting then.
Well,
Now,
let us see how many we can
Right.
save here. We have already failed to save 8, but since we did not know about it, I do not think we are to blame.
Obviously, we're not to blame.
But each death that we fail to prevent going forward, I feel is on our heads.
Right. We probably should get this done. Just so someone
Yeah.
can stop the guilt trip. Besides that,
I mean, that's a lot of money. I guess we can split it.
I don't care about the money. It's just if the guild catches wind of this and back home catches wind of this, ugh. And I turn out to be a
Oh.
failure. Woof.
Oh, screw those guys.
Carmen, I don't think you quite understand yet. You've just been with us for a year, but this guild it's family, and oof, ugh, no. I'll talk to you more about it later when we get home. Ugh. I start slamming back my soda as if it were an alcoholic drink.
Lacking any more information, my best guess is that we should possibly investigate near the tidal basin, as that is where all the disappearances have occurred. But if anyone has any thoughts as to what this might be, or any enhanced senses or ability to reach out and detect what might be there, Jonas, perhaps something from you or your guild?
My only guess is we got to figure out who assigned the job. All that was on there was just the symbols UA. So it's not ringing any bells for me, at least.
Nor for me.
I don't know nothing, but I don't remember your UA.
Did we get our drinks back yet?
You did, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Brandon's very fast.
All right,
People in the bar, so he's pretty much just watching you and waiting.
I'll wave him back over.
He comes over.
Who gave you the letters?
That is not up to me to say.
now, Brandon. I've been to many Plaster Dragons. I know you know who gave it to you. Help us help you by helping the people. Because if people start dying around here, then you ain't gonna have any more customers, and this plaster dragon's gonna be gone.
Trust is important to all of my clients, including potential employers. If an employer asks for anonymity, we give it to them.
How are we to know we're gonna actually get paid for this?
You have the guarantee of the Order of the Plaster Dragon, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon. Yeah, go ahead, Signy.
We can trust on the Plaster Dragon's order. Gotten my family through a couple of scrapes back then.
Brandon, do you trust this benefactor?
I trust them to pay you, and I trust that they want to see a threat ended. That is the extent of my knowledge of them.
For now, I think we must take this as sincere then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sounds like we're headed to the event then. In agreement?
Agreement.
Indeed.
Well, I think we should check out the newspapers personally, because if 8 people have gone missing, I'm sure the newspaper has something on them. And I honestly want to check out the marks. So I think if they're all the same kind of attack mark, then we can narrow down suspects of what these monsters might be.
We're gonna have to.
You've seen them in the papers before. The disappearances have been going on for the past 3 days or so, and so they've been in the paper. You've seen in the papers, or just people sharing on their Facebook on news stories, like someone goes missing and turns up 3 hours later, covered in just gashes, covering all of the exposed skin, and it very grisly, and gross.
Do I recognize the animal that might have caused this, or does it look like it's probably some kind of supernatural being, a werewolf or something like that?
Give me a nature check.
17.
Definitely not an animal, and definitely something magical in origin. You're not sure exactly what. You also notice, though, that there are contusions and areas where there's not gashes, but there's bruising.
So
Almost
Jonas,
like things were tied up.
So Jonas, being a pretty renowned demon, whatever, hunter, would he be able to possibly make a guess on who or what this is?
Sure. Make an Arcana check.
That is a 18.
18. You also notice that it looks like they were tied up, not by ropes, though. You know, ropes kind of leave a very distinctive pattern, so you can tell that it looks like they were tied up, but not with ropes. And you can also definitely tell it's something supernatural, but nothing that you exactly recognize.
We convey this information to our group.
Oh, lovely.
So we are definitely dealing with the supernatural and something unknown to both Jonas and myself, which is a wide swath. So I'm not sure what to expect.
I don't care what it is. I just want to kick its ass.
Of course you do, Carmen. Meanwhile, as this is going on, I am going to grab my pendant, which has the symbol of Loki on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start rubbing it between my fingers because that's how I've worked out a sort of prayer to Loki. So, just to see if I can get some information or something about this.
All right, you feel the warm and loving sense that Loki is with you always, but he's not gonna give you answers just
And
for thinking that is.
You said that like it was 3 hours. Is it consistently 3 hours, or like ballpark 3 hours, or is it varied? How often?
It was varied.
Okay.
You know,
So nothing significant.
The Facebook story like said 3 hours, but you're not sure exactly how.
And was there like names and information that we could try to do some kind of Google search and see if we could find a relationship between these people?
Yeah, so some of the news stories like focused on relationships, and there wasn't a whole lot, because their names are all in the news stories, and it's a pretty easy, quick search.
Okay.
A few of them were tourists. 3 of them were tourists. 4 of them were locals. They're all different ages, and the only thing, like the letter said, that kind of connects them is that they don't have any knowledge of magic. They're not members of the magic community.
Okay. I guess to the tidal basin?
To the tidal basin. Wait, how far is it?
You're a 15-minute metro ride from the tidal basin.
Carmen, I don't want to walk.
Fine. And I just kind of crouch down a little bit.
I start gently pushing Jonathan and subsequently Jonas to the side so I can get out.
Okay, I'll get up.
Begrudgingly get up.
I walk over and hop onto Carmen's back.
That is different.
It's a thing. Don't ask.
I had no intention of asking.
Good.
I'm just gonna leave this alone.
Let us go.
I'm going to look straight at Kenny and say, "Hi-ho, Silver! Away!"
I'm gonna kill you later.
Kenny's just gonna tip his hat at you, and as he tips his hat, he activates it, so his self changes from his normal human disguise. So this entire time he's looked human. He's just gonna look like Sinji, and then he's gonna walk out the bar looking like her.
But wearing a cowboy hat.
Yes, while wearing a cowboy hat and cowboy boots.
I look horrible in cowboy boots. Ugh.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
I just
Alright.
kind of glance over at Jonas and nod again.
Roll my
So-
eyes and follow behind.
So you're not, like I said before, you're about a 15-minute metro ride / walk to the tidal basin. There are a few different areas within the tidal basin. To the west, there's the FDR and MLK memorials. To the east, there's the Jefferson Memorial, and kind of north, that's the more inland side, closer into the city. So where are you guys going?
I just assumed directly to.
Was there
Hotspot.
some kind of pattern about the abductions? Like if we mapped out the abductions around the tidal basin, is there like a central point?
Yes. They're kind of everywhere, but they are more centralized on the west half
Then
rather
let's-
than the east.
Let us head to the west half.
Signy's gonna plop her chin on top of Carmen's head.
Why do I put up with you?
Because
Why do you put up
like
with me?
I don't even know you.
What are you talking about? I'm Sinji right now.
It's pronounced Signy. Sig. Get it right if you're going to pretend to be me. Gosh darn it.
Well, if I was me, then we'd be swamped by fans, so I have to be you now.
But seriously, the cowboy hat and boots. Ugh.
They're staying.
So you ride and / walk down to the western side of the tidal basin. It's gorgeous. The cherry blossoms are in full bloom, and you can see the reflections of them in the water. And there's a few people out and about going for walks, going for runs. It's a quiet afternoon, but there's still a little bit of people. And as you make your way down and around, you start to look for any sort of sign. Everyone, can you give me a perception check?
Well, that's bunk. I got bunk. Perception.
Yeah.
9.
Okay. That's not great.
21.
Nice.
Hey.
26.
Oh,
Shit.
Oh, snap.
Jonas got a 19.
19.
All right. Well, Signy, you see something in Carmen's hair. One of the cherry blossoms falls in Carmen's hair, and you're just so fixated on the way it looks because it kind of looks cool, and it's just a little bit of out of character for Carmen that you're not really noticing the world around you. As you're all walking, Carmen, Kenny, and Jonas, you kind of see the farther you go, the less people there are. Now, Jonathan, you noticed a shimmer of magical cloaking. The shimmer that normally belies that something is being hidden from the rest of the world as you pass by the FDR monument.
Ooh. I'm going to try to not let on that I notice. And as we walk, I'm just going to whisper to everybody, heads up, there is something magical over near the FDR memorial. I suspect something is trying to disguise or cloak itself.
Oh, while this is all happening, I am busy actually braiding the little cherry blossom into Carmen's braid. Just tucking it in right next to her dark pink bow.
Ignoring what is going on with my head,
Mm-hmm.
I crack my knuckles and just sort of saunter my way in that general direction.
Wait,
Yeah, and
wait. Carmen, drop me if you're gonna go fight anything.
I'm just walking.
You cracked your knuckles. Drop me.
I literally drop her on the ground.
Okay.
As she's heading in that direction, I'm going to walk as well, and I'll say, this has been a tiring walk. Perhaps we should just sit and rest at the FDR memorial. Just, kind of loudly trying to suggest that there's nothing suspicious about why we're walking over.
I take a big drink of my beer and stumble.
Okay.
I think
Nice.
rest sounds wonderful.
I hop up and dust off my butt. Because I probably landed it firmly on the ground.
Yes, and you take 1 point of damage. No.
Aw.
But you also notice that there's the FDR memorial is completely empty, which is a little bit weird, especially for springtime. There's just nobody around.
This is odd. Usually this place is crowded.
I'm gonna drunkenly stumble around. Just looking at everything. It's so pretty here.
Did I have
Carmen.
a specific location where I noticed things?
It was just the entrance.
The entrance was where the shimmery magical energy was.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it was almost like someone was trying to mask what was inside or mask that particular space.
Yeah, mask what was inside. Kind of
Okay.
the cloaking is sometimes used to just kind of turn people away from areas. Kind of like it's kind of like a roadblock.
So, and there's like a statue of FDR inside, right?
Right. Let's see if my memory serves true. There's 4 rooms within the memorial, each kind of depicting one of his some of the different periods of his presidency. So there's like a Depression one, there's a one, and there's a World War II, I think.
I am no
Been a
great
while.
fan of FDR. He was not a friend of the native peoples. But
Do you want?
I just walk in.
I desire to go and spit upon his visage.
Jonathan, no. Not while other people are watching.
There's no one in there.
Shush.
So we walk in to the monument.
Okay.
At least Carmen and I do. Is anyone following us?
I
Yeah, I'm
stumble
following
in.
close
Yeah.
Yep.
behind.
All right. And I'm using my quarterstaff as a walking stick.
Okay.
And I'm going to just kind of shake my left wrist and clench my fist and kind of jingle out my shield bracelet. So my left hand is now engaged in holding a magical shield, basically.
Okay.
Signy is going to watch Jonathan do the same, and she's going to shake out her bracelet. Wrist
Seeing
shield.
all this, Kenny's just gonna take out his guitar that's been strapped to his back and whip it around and just hold it menacingly.
You do realize you're still cloaked as me, right?
Yeah.
Gah!
Yes.
All right. What do we see?
So the first room, as I have just Googled a map that I've sent to the people involved, is a prologue room. And you continue walking inside and you find yourself in the first room, which it's all kind of, it's a combination of stone and metal statues with fountains and water features. And it's very close to the tidal basin and very close to the trees. So you feel tucked away, almost hidden. You're not near the hustle and bustle of the rest of the city. It's very quiet and very silent.
Are we alone in here?
Yes, you are completely alone.
Okay, Kenny goes back to being human Kenny.
Okay.
Jonas would like to see if he can get a feel if there is anything supernatural or something around. See if he can pick it up.
Give me an Arcana check.
That is a 23.
Nice.
Okay, so the farther you get, it's a very linear kind of memorial. The farther you get, the smell of magic gets stronger. You can smell it in the air almost, and you're definitely getting closer to something. You don't know what exactly it is, but the farther you go, kind of, the more you can feel it. And there's definitely a lot of magic here, and there's definitely a lot of potential energy.
Jonas turns to the group. Heads up, we got something coming up. Not totally sure what it is, but it's magic.
I start
Thank
just
you.
wandering
That's
through the
obvious.
room and just touching everything.
Okay, so are you? Which room are you in? There's 1, 2,
I
3, and 4.
I guess we're in the prologue room right now, right?
The prologue room is it's super small. It's also all outdoors. It's not like when it says room, it just kind of means separated by bits of by stone walls.
We're probably in room 1 by now, then I would imagine.
Yeah.
So I'm wandering through room 1 towards room 2, just touching everything and stumbling and swaying.
Yeah, so all of the stone and metal like statues, they're fun because it's a bunch of different textures, but other than that, you're not noticing anything.
So you said there were stone statues, metal statues, and water features, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I want to pay some attention to the water features
Okay.
and kind of,
Give me an investigation roll.
Signy is going to pay close attention to the stone statues.
Okay, you can also give me an investigation roll, but I'll deal with it.
13 for my investigation.
Geez, it's a really pretty fountain.
Yeah.
It's so integrated into the rest of the monument. You're a fan, even though you're kind of not a big fan of FDR. This is a tasteful monument.
All right.
Signy,
That's a 3.
that's a 3. The
Squirrel.
nose is a little bit crooked on one of the statues, and it just bothers you so much. Like you just want to fix it, and you become hyper fixated on that
I start
slightly
reaching
crooked
out-
nose.
I start
like-
reaching out as if to fix it, but I pull my hand back because, no, it's already set in. I can't fix it.
Yeah, you can't fix it.
I just continue my way to room 2.
I will follow behind Carmen because
So now, my question
Carmen's
for
my
you,
first favorite person.
Carmen, when you're in room 2, are you just touching like the man-made parts of the monument, or are you also touching the trees and grass and water?
Absolutely everything that I can touch.
Okay. So you walk to the side, kind of, there are trees right next to one of the fountains, and you walk and you touch one of those, and then you walk to kind of the other side. You're almost in room 3, and there's, a bunch of flowers on the ground, and you reach down and you touch one of those, and vines wrap up your arm, and you can feel them grasping at you. And I would like everyone to roll initiative at this point.
Yeah.
Dang it. Darn it, Carmen.
Oh, I did not need that +5, but I am going to take it anyway.
Oh shit.
You guys are not going to be happy. All right.
Oh, let's see. Okay, that's what my. No, that's not bad. Of course, I hadn't wasted that on initiative.
Not like Ashley right now.
That is all. Okay. 20 to 25.
21.
21, okay.
22.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jonas got a 20.
Okay, wow. These are some good initiative rolls.
Too bad you used that +5 on us.
Yeah. Jonas. Okay, 15 to 20. Nobody?
14.
14, okay.
Kenny?
What is it, Kenny?
4.
Oh.
Oh.
Battle's not over till the half-orc sings.
Oh, goodness. Okay. So, a face, so arms and hands made out of branches and vines reach up and grab your arm, and a face emerges from the bed of flowers, and you hear a roar behind you. One of the trees that you just touched, that was standing over, on the other side of the monument by the fountain, emerges. It has a giant shield made out of its own bark. It lets out a roar before charging and attacking you, Carmen. It's going to make an attack. It has a club made out of more wood, and it's going to hit you with it.
Now, this is different than the thing that's actually grabbing my
Yeah,
arm.
no, you have a thing that's grabbing you, and then a thing just behind you. All of a sudden, a tree awakened and turned around and ran at you and is hitting you with a club.
What time of day is this?
It's midday.
Okay,
It's like 4 in the afternoon.
so you're not getting hit by morning wood then.
That's a 26 to hit.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm disorganized with my dice. Where are my D4s? Where did they go? It's okay. We have Discord for this. Okay. So you take 15 points of bludgeoning damage as the tree monster smacks you across the head. But the upside is that you break free from the other thing that was holding you.
Okay.
Now it is your turn.
My turn, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So whatever was grasping her, let her go.
Yeah, she was knocked physically out of because the other thing hit her with a club.
Gotcha.
All right, I'm going to turn to the thing that hit me with the club, and
Mhm.
I'm going to. It has a shield, right?
Yes, it does. Its arm kind of like flowers out into a shield still made out of wood.
All right, I'm going to try to send a punch into the side of this thing around the shield.
Okay.
14 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay, and then I will try again.
Okay. Not no.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Can I use your key points for anything?
Yeah, I will. I'll go ahead and use a key point to disengage.
Okay. Now it is Jonathan's turn.
Bonus action to cast Flame Blade,
Yeah.
and then I am going to run at this tree, and as I slash at it, I will apologize to the nature spirits, but this must be done. And I will slash at this tree and get a 19.
That hits.
And this is fire damage. I don't know if it's
Mhm.
as a tree, if fire damage hurts it more, but I do 3d6 with this spell.
Okay.
Oh,
spell.
I just rolled an 18. I'm not even kidding.
Nice.
I rolled
Really?
trip sixes. If you want, I will send you
Wow.
a picture.
No,
But
I
yeah.
trust you. That he is not happy with that. Actually,
And everybody sees a burning scimitar just appear in my hand as I plunge it into the side of the tree around his shield.
yeah. So it goes all the way through him, and it kind of like burns around the edges and expands. And you definitely hit him, and you hit him hard. As a freebie, just kind of roll me a nature or arcana check, whichever you're better at.
All right. Let's see. Nature way better at.
I figured, Mr. Druid.
14.
Okay. It's a tree. Jonas, it's your turn.
Lies, I tell you.
Lies, damn lies, and statistics. All right, Jonas.
All right. Pulling my blade basically from out of my, it was tucked away in my sleeve.
Mhm.
Pulling it out, and it ignites into a two-handed flame tongue greatsword.
Mhm.
I'm gonna rush forward, and attack it twice. So first one, hitting
Okay,
for a 25,
That hits, yeah.
and then second attack hitting for a 23.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Dealing 25 on the first hit.
Whoa, nice.
Whoa!
And 11, 12, 22 on the second.
Jeez.
What did you hit him with?
My flame tongue greatsword. It's a 2d6
Nice.
with an additional 2d6 on fire.
Ooh.
So 46.
Whoops. So it's a 25 and a 22?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, next up is Signy.
All right, I'm going to notice that this thing not only A has attacked my best friend, but the other two have attacked it. I'm going to be smart about this one, and I'm going to cast Toll the Dead at this tree monster.
Okay.
And it needs to make a wisdom saving throw of 14. It has to beat 14.
Okay. Wisdom?
Yes.
Okay, it makes it.
Dang it!
So, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. So, next to Carmen in the flower bed, a branch thing. It's kind of crawls out of the ground, and then another one crawls out beside it. They're almost human sized. They're probably about feet tall, made of branches and covered in vines. And they're going to attack. First one's going to attack Carmen. But I'm going to give myself advantage because I can. Thank you. I can't remember who gave me advantage, but thank you whoever gave me advantage. And that's a 20 to hit.
I think AFK gave you the advantage.
Well, yeah. Thank you, AFK. You're appreciated. Oh my gosh, where am I? There, maybe.
Oh, I did my Toll the Dead wrong, but that's fine.
Ooh, and you take 12 points of piercing damage. As it extends vines that pierce into your skin and slash, and you can kind of see that slashing pattern that you saw on those pictures. And then the other one is going to run over and attack Jonas because you just hit their friend really hard. And that is a 21.
That'll hit.
So you're going to take 8 points of piercing damage as it pierces into your skin with the vines.
Shrug it off.
And now it's Kenny's turn.
Yay!
Kenny!
Kenny, seeing how hard the big tree thing hit, is gonna look at it first and say, "Well, that thing's about as ugly as an old boot," and cast vicious mockery at it.
Sorry, is it the tree thing or one of the branch things?
The tree thing.
Okay, gotcha.
It needs to make a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Got it. It fails.
Great. It takes 4 psychic damage. It has disadvantage on its next attack.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kenny's going to back up a little bit, kind of away from all of the action.
Mm-hmm.
But before he backs up, he's going to look at Carmen and say, "Now don't worry, pretty lady. I'm here." And that's going to be his healing word to her. So Carmen can get 5 hit points back.
All right. So now we loop back around to the tree monster, who Dad will note I haven't said his name yet.
You're doing great. I'm proud of you.
And he's going to do 2 attacks with his club on Carmen.
The first one has disadvantage.
Oh, that's true. So that is a 16 to hit.
That fails, and I'd like to use my reaction.
Yeah.
Let me find it. Sorry, I gotta find it.
Do you know what would make this really easy? If we had a new character sheet on D&D Beyond.
Counter mods.
Sorry, I was looking at it earlier and now I can't find it. I can use a key point to redirect the attack that misses me so that it hits another target of my choosing.
Okay, yeah.
I like that.
So does
There
he
it
need to roll again?
A creature misses me with a melee attack roll. I spend a key point as a reaction to cause that attack to hit a creature of my choice, other than the attacker that I can see within 5 feet of me. So I would like it to hit one of the branch creatures.
Yeah, it'll hit the branch
specifically
creature
the one that
that's
attacks
close
me.
to you, of course. So does it need to roll a new attack, or is it use the one it just had? Or does it just automatically hit?
I believe it automatically hits.
That
so you
seems
just
a
have
little
to.
OP, but that's okay.
When a creature misses you with a melee attack roll, you can spend 1 key point as a reaction to cause that attack to hit one creature of your choice, other than the attacker that you can see within 5 feet of you.
All right. So since I still can't find my force, it's gonna be over here. So yeah, he hits the branch monster that's next to you, and it has a sick thud, and little bits of wood fall away. Okay, so it's gonna hit you again, but that is a 2, so it is really not gonna hit you. And now it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to try to hit it again.
Go for it. And the tree warrior, not the branch things.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
15 to hit.
That misses.
Okay, and then I will attempt another hit with my left hand.
Yeah, go for it.
And that's a 17 to hit.
That misses. Just it's got a shield, man.
And then I
Like
will
armor.
I will use another key point to dodge.
Okay, so now all attacks against you have advantage. Now it is Jonathan's turn. What are you gonna do, Moonsbaker?
I think that it makes the most sense to continue stabbing this tree thing.
Oh, there are my D. I found them. Okay, yes, stab away.
18?
18, that just barely hits.
Sweet. I'm sure I won't do nearly as much damage this time, but no, only 11 points this time.
Okay,
But 11 points of fire damage on the tree.
good stuff, good stuff. Okay. Jonas, you're up.
All right. So what do I got around me in terms of enemies?
You've got one of the branch things that are kind of spindly and have vines kind of coming out of their arms.
So one of those, and then the large one that's been attacking Carmen.
Mm-hmm.
So just
Yeah, so there's
the
2 of those, and then and the left.
Okay, so 2 small ones and a large one.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack the smaller one that's closest to me first,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to move over and attack the second smaller one. Take a swing at that.
Okay, good. Go for it.
All right. So
And this is with the fire sword, right?
correct.
Okay.
So first one is a 27 to hit,
That definitely hits, yeah.
and the second is also a 27. Two
All right, look at you. All right, so damage on the first one?
25.
Okay.
And on the second, it's 10, total of 20 on the second.
Okay.
Doing this, I'm also going to expend my action surge as a fighter
Mm-hmm.
to back up a little bit and then cast Burning Hands on the 2 spindly ones.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, and so they need to make a dexterity saving throw of 14.
Okay. First one makes it, second one fails it.
All right. So total of damage is 15. So second one takes full damage, and the first one takes half.
All right. You incinerate both of them as they go up into flames and fall to the ground as ash. The second guy had exactly 15 hit points left, and the other one had less. All right. Jonas, it is your turn.
Nope, just took Quinn.
Just kidding. You just killed everything. Signy.
Okay. What's left? Just
There's
tree thing?
just the tree warrior.
Okay. I'm going to cast another cantrip, and this
Okay.
time it's going to be Sacred Flame. So this
Yeah.
thing needs to make a dex save of 14.
Okay. It makes it.
Damn it!
I have so
Hold on,
much better
wait.
dice luck when I am DMing than when I am a player. I
So
think
it
I
only
have rolled.
It only take Oh wait, no, wait. I was reading that wrong. It succeeded. It doesn't hit anything. There's just
Okay.
a flash of light.
All right, the branch things can't take their turn because they're dead. Kenny, you're up.
Kenny's just gonna keep on mocking that tree, saying, "I thought these were supposed to be pretty, but they look like my grandma's backside."
Oh!
Why do you know what your grandma's backside looks like?
I
Hey.
don't
You know
want
what?
to know.
Half orc
So it has to
countryman
make a-
Oh,
kind
wisdom
of
save.
stays in the
Got it.
family.
That makes it.
Kenny's done. He's like, I don't know what to say anymore.
Kenny, why?
All right. So now the tree warrior is gonna keep on. Actually, it's gonna turn to Jonas because you've probably done most harm,
Probably.
and so it is going to do 2 attacks on you. The first one misses.
So as it misses, I'm going to spend a superiority die to use my riposte, which allows me to attack it once.
Ooh.
Fancy.
It is a 15.
That misses.
Bummer.
No.
This guy is some good armor. And so
Must have some dark skin.
on his second attack, it's going to be a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. I found my D4s. Now I can use real dice. One more definitely. Okay. 14 points of damage as it smacks you across the head, over the top of the head with its big club.
Ouch.
Carmen, it is your turn.
I'm gonna just send a kick right into the bastard.
Okay.
That's a natural 1.
You slip on a little bit of ash and you find yourself all of a sudden staring at the sky, which, happens to the best of us. It would have looked so cool. It looked so cool in your head, but,
Fire's dice is
Does it need to go to jail? Do I
Yeah,
need to send you a dice jail?
That one's going away.
Fire's dice luck is holding solid.
At least we know that there are some constants in the universe.
I am the female Will Wheaton.
It's true.
There are worse
Okay,
things to
so
do.
since I'm prone, am I able to do anything else, or is that it for my turn?
You can stand up and go again. You have 2. You just use half your movement to get up.
Yep, I would like. Actually, I think I use less, but
Yeah.
I will go ahead and do that. I will get up and try to punch this bastard,
Okay.
and that's a natural 20.
Yeah.
Woo! All right. Roll some nice damage there. Keep that D20 around.
That is my brand new pink one.
Ooh. What were you doing not using it to begin with?
I was using my special Wizards of the Coast die that has been failing me recently. So that is 7 damage.
Gotta be more than that.
Did you roll the dice twice?
Yeah, I rolled a 2 and a 1 plus my 4.
Woof.
Okay.
And then I would like to use a key point again and
Mhm.
attempt to Fury of Blows.
Nice.
16 to hit.
16 misses.
Mm.
You hit him with your fist, but you end up pulling your hand away and shaking it because the natural armor of the bark skin is just too much.
So I get another attack, and that is a 20 to hit.
That definitely hits. Roll damage.
That's 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay.
9.
So more on the non-crit than the crit.
Sad. Jonathan, you're up.
And the only thing left is Big Tree, huh?
Just the big tree.
What's that thing called again?
It's a big tree thing.
All right,
I'm not gonna tell you, mostly because I blocked out the names and now I can't read
That's
it.
enough of a reminder to you to not do it.
Yeah,
So-
I've learned a tactic to help me. For those of you viewers at home, I have a problem where I will always
Blur
say
out
the names
monster
of
names.
creatures. Yeah, and it's bad. I'm notorious for it, and now I'm not. So take that.
All right, I'm gonna just slice at him again with my flaming scimitar.
Go for it.
A 20 all told.
That definitely hits, and I do not think there's any way for you to roll less damage than he has hit points left.
Okay.
So, how do you want to do this?
I run up to him and I sweep across, cutting the shield off, and then I come back and just stab straight through him again.
Nice. And the flames, again, whenever the wound had flames involved, they spread outwards and it kind of consume the whole body. And you're left alone in the FDR Memorial with 3 piles of ash.
So the shield burned up too.
Mm-hmm. It was part of his arm. It's
I thought I could cut it off, but that's fine. Just trying to give us a clue, but that's all right. Do we see the spot in the floor where they kind of crawled out? Because
yeah. So the spot that the 2 branch things crawled out is like just a little bed of flowers. And the tree warrior thing was actually one of the trees that was just kind of hanging out, and now there's not a tree there because you killed it. Jonathan, now that we're out of battle, give me a nature roll at advantage.
okay. Let's see. I believe that is a 16.
As an arborist, you kind of know your trees, and you recognize the little branch things. As thornies. And the thing that strikes you is that those monsters are normally neutral, not evil. And you've dealt with sentient trees before. Normally only the evil ones kind of go out of their way to attack random people.
Can anyone think of what might cause an otherwise passive plant to turn on people?
Well,
Question.
I kind of touched it, and I hold out my bleeding arm that's kind of mangled and scratched up.
Oh, when I start fidgeting, I have nothing to heal you. I'm sorry, Carmen. I think I spent all of our healing potions back the last time we needed them.
Wait, are you a cleric that doesn't have cure wounds?
Yep.
That was a really poor decision.
How many?
I have inflict. Oh wait, no, I do have cure wounds. Never mind.
How
I
many?
ran up to-
Hang on, before you cast it, how many of us are hurt?
Bleeding.
Jonas shrugs, but he's noticeably hurt.
Because I could cast, I could use one of my 2nd level spells on Healing Spirit, which will last for a minute, and you can get 1d6 per round for a minute by just running back and forth through this little spirit.
I'd say save that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to keep my dignity.
It's one of
I'm
my
just-
2nd levels. All right.
I'm going to rush up to Carmen and slap my hands down on her, and using my 1st level spell slot, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
And I will
And
give Jonas a
so-
1st level Cure Wounds as well.
All right.
That's 8 hit points.
12 for Jonas.
Mm-hmm.
Haha,
Got it.
my healer's better.
Jonas, you were the one who kind of was feeling the magic in the air earlier, and you can still feel it. It's not gone. It didn't die with the tree monsters.
Okay. I'd like to investigate kind of around where the trees were rooted, see if I can find if they were touched magically by an outside source or anything like that.
Yeah, so give me an investigation check.
Can I do the same thing, but to the ash to see if there's any magic still left
Yeah,
within the ash?
give me another investigation check as well.
It's 18 for investigation.
18? All right. What did you get, Jacob?
13.
13. Okay, you're looking, and it seems like pretty normal ash. It crumbles in your hands. There's a few sticks that are mostly okay, so that's kind of neat. Jonas, as you're searching through, you find a keychain. And it's got a sleeping sheep on one side, and when you turn it over, it says "Dare to Dream." And you blink, and you can feel the mist, the magical shielding kind of around it waver for a second, and it's a gem. And you blink again, and it's back to a keychain. And there is a lot of magic coming from it.
Right. Gonna turn to Jonathan and toss him the keychain. Says, "Think you can tell what kind of magic this might be?"
I can try, but that is not my specialty. That is more wizard work. But I will give it a shot. And I guess I'll give an Arcana check on this.
Okay, yeah.
18.
18. It's giving you some bad vibes. You don't know like the exact school of magic but it's definitely powerful, and when you blink, and you can kind of, it takes a lot of focus for you to see it for a gem and for the keychain to fade away. But when you really focus on it, you can see that it's a gem. It's a multifaceted black gem.
Okay.
And it's radiating some kind of bad energy.
Do I feel like if I wrap it in something, it would be safe?
Depends on what you're wrapping it in.
I see. I'm gonna kind of drop it on the ground for a second, and I'm just gonna tell everyone there is dark energy within this gem. We need to be careful how we conceal it, lest it take one of us over. I don't happen to know any wizards in my travels, do I? That I could possibly go visit?
Yeah, you know of plenty of wizards.
All right. Anybody owe me a favor?
Yeah. Several do, actually.
Okay.
The person that you'd probably trust, though, the most to identify anything like this, is Seamus Oddbrew, who owns a magic item store basically next door to you.
Very good. I don't suppose anybody has any interdimensional spaces where we could stash this?
No. Sorry.
Very well. I will wrap it in a piece of cloth and put it in my pocket and hope for the best.
I start wiping off some of the blood on my hands on Carmen's shirt.
Okay.
And I'll tell Jonas Jonas, keep a close eye on me. I don't want you to hold the gem because I feel it would be worst for us if you were taken over by it, but I feel you could control me if something bad were to happen.
Well,
sorry.
I've already got something that's kind of controlling me, so I think we'll be okay.
Oh, interesting.
Hey,
sure
Jonathan?
You guys don't want the...
Can you give me a wisdom saving throw?
I suspected that might be the case.
Oh, no.
Fortunately, clerics are great at wisdom saves. And
You're not a cleric, but you're still good at wisdom saving.
I'm a druid. I'm going to use that reroll that AFK gave me. Thanks. Oh, nat 20.
Hey!
We went from a 4 to a nat 20. Thank you, AFK.
Man, you're going to be so mad you used that reroll. You don't really feel anything. You feel fine.
So I wanted to fail the save is what you're telling me?
No.
No, then I'm not mad. All right, let's go visit Seamus.
All right, so you go back kind of to the downtown, more downtowny area. And as you're walking, you duck into an alleyway that is known for being kind of the magical alleyway, just like at the start of the JFK, or not the JFK, the FDR Memorial. There's a little bit of mist that kind of just acts as a roadblock or a deterrent, so other people don't turn down this alleyway. There's a handful of shops, including Jonathan's herb and potions shop, and right next door is the Odd Brew store, where Seamus, the mildly eccentric shop owner, artifices his own magical items.
I push the door open, walk in. Seamus, my friend. I hope I have not caught you at a bad time.
Oh, Jonathan, it is so good to see you. And he comes out from behind the desk and gives you a big hug.
I hug him back.
And you are your friends.
Oh.
I start waving.
This motley band is a group that I am working with to try and rid the area of some darkness. Carmen, the drunk monk, Signy, priestess of Loki, Jonas, and what guild were you from? Because I think I knew that.
Guilds are a waste of time.
Right.
It's a family business.
Jonas, the freelancer, and you may or may not know Kenny here. He is apparently famous.
Oh yes, Kenny, I'm a big fan of you. What do you need, Jonathan?
I pull out the bundle and I open it up on the counter and I say, "This turned several plants murderous," and
strange indeed. And he gets out a little eyeglass that he takes it in his hands. He's like, "Yes, there's very strong, very dark enchantment magic around it. Yes."
So what we are hoping to find out is whatever it is that it is supposed to do, and perhaps it might lead us to who placed it there.
Well, I mean, it's not difficult to, looking at it, it's like beautiful work, though. Oh my gosh, they did an amazing job. Yes. Well, the main purpose of an object such as this would be to turn normally more peaceful monsters into more violent ones. Just kind of incites violence.
So we know what made him attack us. That's great. That's lovely.
There's not really a beneficial use for it then.
Well, I mean, if you're a fan of violence.
Not especially, no. So,
I don't know. I kind of like it.
You are already violent. I don't think it would change you. So, is there a maker's mark or some kind of signature on it?
No, whoever made this was careful to leave their mark on it. And he taps it a few times and it goes back to kitchen. This is also interesting.
Oh?
It's, you're looking at it and it's just, on one side and on the other side is just a tree. I mean, that's strange. No one sells these.
What do you mean?
He taps it again and it goes back to Gem. And
what do you mean no one sells these?
Well, it's common to disguise magic items as knickknacks, but normally you disguise them as a knickknack that would be fairly easy to find in a nearby store. I've never seen one of these on Walmart or Amazon or even any of the gift shops.
Sorry, Seamus, to step in on your field, but can I take a quick look at that? This smells something tricksy.
Yeah, go for it. Yes, go for it. Sorry, he hands it to you.
Okay, that's a 7, but I'm going to use the +5 that I was given by an angry dwarf king.
Uh-huh.
Thank you so much. So that's going to make that 13.
Okay, and what are you doing? Sorry.
Investigating it.
Investigating it.
Or would that be more of an arcana?
Either one will work. You tap it and you kind of investigate both sides. You notice that the A in dream is just not quite the same font as the other letters.
Oh, I think I found a calling card of sorts. This A is not the right font.
Dare to dream is what it says.
Yes, but the A in dream, or what's it?
And it's and dream is in like, dare in small letters, dare to and dream, most of it.
So it's the dream A in the dream.
That's the A in the dream.
Wacky.
It's a little wacky.
The A in this font, it's not the same. I've studied typography before. This would piss off the nearest graphic designer. So this definitely is our calling card of sorts. I hand it back gingerly to Seamus because I know that shit ain't worth touching more.
Can anyone do like a Google search on their phone on Dare to Dream sheep? See if like there's any art like that out there, or
I start laughing. Me?
Yeah.
Phone? Jonathan. You know me long enough. I don't.
Yeah. So I mean, both spellcasters have less likely to have smartphones.
right? Which is why I said, can anyone? Because I don't.
Kenny, even though he is a spellcaster, does because he needs to manage his Twitter feed constantly.
I always have a cell phone in my
Of course.
pocket.
So Kenny will just kind of whip out his phone and start to search for it, but his phone always seems to act up a little bit whenever he uses it, so it might be a little bit slow.
Yeah. So Dare to Dream is a pretty normal thing for
Any tattoo.
Yeah, for like a wide variety of Pinterest, but nothing matches the exact specific art or even the exact specific font, either of the fonts that are kind of on there.
Can I try and Google the font specifically?
Can you tell fonts just by looking at them? Is that a skill you possess?
I don't really know.
Give me an intelligence check.
Uh-oh.
Sure, give me an intelligence.
I'm going to assist. So, Carmen, I believe I give you advantage.
That's a natural one.
Oh.
You have advantage, so you can roll again.
That was with advantage.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, no.
What? You rolled a double nat one?
Man.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Fire!
impressive.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
you can't tell a font just by looking at it.
It looks like an A to me.
So
Carmen, you're drunk, honey.
You can't even tell the difference.
Well, whatever.
Like someone told you that the A was a different font and you're like, no, it looks fine. What are you talking about?
So Jonas is going to pull out the letter that Brandon gave him and see if the A on the signature of the UA matches that at all.
It does. How smart.
Well,
Good
I was worried
thinking.
about that.
looks like we may have another clue.
I think we may.
I'll show Seamus and just ask him, do you recognize this at all? Anything you've come across?
No, I don't know any UA. Those are, well, I mean, I know like 6, but none that would write a letter like that.
So UA must stand for like ultra ass or something.
Ugh, if this
So,
fucking...
so where did he say we had to send this, or to send proof that we had done the job?
It's a PO box.
Where?
So normally PO boxes are held at post offices.
Who feels like a stakeout? Let's send the gem to the PO box.
Okay, let's do that. I'm down.
Unless someone has a better idea.
Ugh, nah, Jonathan,
Oh,
you
no.
know me well enough. I don't think with plans, man. I just go with the flow. Some cleric I am.
I think that's a good idea. We could give us some time to rest as well.
Yes, perhaps Kenny here can disguise himself as a postal worker.
I could do
Smart.
that. try to get in the back, and because most of the times if you have a PO box, it might also have other information about the person who owns it, and maybe we can find something else.
All right. So now
Okay.
with the plan in place, you commit or are preparing to commit a little bit of mail fraud.
What mail fraud? We're gonna actually deliver.
Well,
it to
isn't
the
he
post
gonna
office.
pretend to be a postal worker?
Sure, just so that he can hang out there non-suspectly. I mean, we're not going to send
All
him
right,
into the
that's
back
fine.
room. We're not going to send him into the back room and have him rummaging through the packages. And
Well,
stuff.
you may
Are
not
we?
send him to the back room.
Oh
But I'll
God.
go to the back room.
Oh
All
God.
right.
I do
So
have
with a
this
plan-
spell.
With a loose plan in place, you prepare to go stake out the post office and see if you can discover any more information on UA. And that is where we will take our break.
Gross. All right, break times.
Break time. Oh wait, I feel like we have announcements.
Giveaway.
Where's our producer?
I can see him in the.
I can
in the
see
video
him feel
chat, like,
consternation.
he's like waving at us and making faces. I think I
He
saw an
looks
ad.
concerned.
Caught him off guard.
There we go. I've got 7 different buttons I have to push in order to get myself unmuted so I don't accidentally interrupt these fine folks. I have a mute button on my keyboard for my amplifier. I have a mute button on my microphone right here, and I have a mute button on the audio program that I'm using to do this. Thank you all for coming and hanging out with us tonight. I know there's plenty of other ways you can go out and spend your wonderful Friday evenings, but you've chosen to come here, watch these fine folks on this wonderful channel and community play some Dungeons and Dragons, which is absolutely fantastic. And we're going to get you back to the show just shortly, but I do have a couple of announcements. Then we are going to go ahead and head on off for the break itself. First off, let's go ahead and find out who won that first dice giveaway. So without further ado, here we go. Alan Ruler. Firehawk, I am beginning to think that you are indeed cheating the system. So Alan Ruler, guess what? I don't need your address because I just sent a bunch of stuff out to you. Actually to your wife, not to you, but there you go. So you've won, so that's the first giveaway. I hinted that there may be a second giveaway, and there is indeed a second giveaway. There is a wonderful a cartographer. I'm sure she's a moderator somewhere, but there's a wonderful cartographer out there that everybody knows that I gush about, and I'm madly in love with both her and her amazing artwork. She kept me up until 4:30 in the morning last night. I blame it on her, but we're going to be doing a $30 giveaway gift certificate to Devin Rue's wonderful website, rueinc.com. If you want to get involved on that one, this one is open internationally. However, keep in mind that you're probably going to use this $30 gift certificate to cover international shipping. So all you need to enter into the chat, we will do this drawing at the end of tonight's stream, is enter that word one time in the chat, and you're going to get a chance to win a $30 gift certificate to the wonderful Devin Rue's website. Amazing website. If you're not familiar with her, go over there and check her out. She's incredible. Let's see. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, be here. The Long Road. It is our flagship show. It is episode 10. There is an amazingly wonderful, romantic love story happening. And you need to tune in for that. This game, the wonderful Weiss girl, Maya, is going to be taking this game into campaign form later this May, so there may or may not be spots open. I don't know. That's going to be her call, but when she lets me know, I'll let you know. We currently have 2 spots open in a game called The Further Adventures of the Grim Company. This is going to be played in Kobold Press's Midgard setting every Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And I know some of you are going 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday. Isn't that Adventure Weekly? No, Adventure Weekly is going bye-bye. The cursed show is no more. We're going to let that one go away. So let me see. I think I've got everything covered. Quick shout out to everybody who are dumping the giant bits down there. I super appreciate it. We are going to put this money to good use to get some shirts made so that we can get Maya's college fund for next year paid and all that good stuff. To God damn it, Alex. Thank you for the follow. Who else dropped in a follow? Filthy One, thank you for the follow. Super appreciate it. Welcome to our unique and yes, all the time dysfunctional family. And one more thing before we do go to break and we slip away for a couple minutes. We have a new tradition that's just kind of started here at Forge at the Table. After this show, if you would like to come hang out with some of the members of our wonderful community, we have a voice chat over on our Discord. Everybody is welcome to come over there, hang out, talk shop, harass the players of the game, harass the moderators. That's one of the funnest things you can do, is come over and harass moderators. But everybody's welcome to come over after the show. It's simply over at our Discord. Just look for the voice chat. Jump on in there and have a good conversation. I promise you it won't go till 4:30 in the morning. No, I'm not promising you anything. Anyways, we're going to go to break. You guys enjoy the break. We'll be back in roughly 2 to 5 minutes. Thanks for hanging out with us. And where's my stuff? All right. Thank you guys for hanging out, for sticking around. Once again, we are going to get back to the game here in just a second. Like I said before, if you want to win a $30 gift certificate to the wonderful Devon Rue's website, all you have to do is type in the word Rue Inc. You can see it there. People have been typing it in. You don't want to miss out on this. This woman is an incredible artist and cartographer. Very, very, very wonderful person. And as everybody knows, probably the only thing in this world that I seem to gush about more than her in the online world is D&D Beyond. Yeah, so if you've never been over to D&D Beyond, go check it out. It's D, the letter N, dbeyond.com, but do it after the stream. And once again, I'd like to invite everybody out there in Twitchverse that if afterwards you would like to come hang out with some of the folks that you might be seeing on camera and some of the folks that you might be talking to in chat, feel free to come on over to our Discord. Take a look at our channels. You'll see one called The Public Voice, and that's where we'll be gathering. Hopefully some of the cast members will pop in there so you can get a chance to know them. We are not one of these channels where you see us on screen and that's where the interaction ends. You go ahead and come over and hang out with us. So I am going to disappear. Whoa, see, it's magic. I disappeared. I should be in this game. Anyways, I'm going to turn this back over to Maya, let these guys get back to what they're doing, and enjoy the rest of the show. And again, we're giving away the Devon Rue gift certificate at the end of the stream, and I'd like to encourage people to stick around afterwards because we're also going to pull off a raid and share some of the love tonight. So stick around afterwards. You don't have to do anything. Just hang out in our chat, and it'll automatically take you along with the raid. It's a lot of fun. So Maya...
My microphone is unmuted. Let's get back to business. When last we left our heroes, they had just defeated 3 tree or plant monsters that were all neutral aligned, which was strange. They discovered a gem that was disguised as a keychain that says "Dare to Dream" on it. The keychain was emanating dark magic that seems to have turned the trees. On closer inspection, they discovered that the A in dream seemed to match the font on the letter that they were given from their mysterious benefactor. They hatched a plot to raid a post office, and I think you are on your way to there, unless I am mistaken. That's the plan?
I think that's the plan, unless someone has a means of gathering more information about the owner of this P.O. box. I know that my computer skills are not going to be super useful here.
I tend to short computers out whenever I walk
Same.
near them.
Does Jonas have a contact possibly with his family who may be able to reach out and see if we can get more info?
You feel like reaching out to your family. You have a few family members who probably would be helpful, but you feel like reaching out to them at this point would probably get you made fun of.
Fair enough.
Oh, does Signy have contacts in the guild that she and Carmen can use?
So if you use your guild contacts, it would become a guild job, and you would not, and all of the money would end up going, all $20,000 would go to the guild.
That's right.
So,
I forgot about that. Okay.
So one of the reasons you take these private jobs without using guild resources and is so that you can get a little extra cash.
I mean, I'm certain the Vikings Fantasy Football League guild has contacts we can use, but I'm not letting them yank this from us. So, we're on our own.
Very well, let us proceed with the plan.
All right, so, Kenny, you tip your cowboy hat and the cowboy hat itself turns into a baseball cap, kind of like the one, a normal mailman would wear. And standing before you is an average-looking member of the USPS. The P.O. box that you're sent to is actually very close to the tidal basin, so you kind of trek all the way back there.
Quick question for the team. Anybody here able to be invisible? Because it wouldn't be bad to have a backup for him in there.
I do, actually.
And I can make someone invisible.
Hold on, wait. Let me double check. It wasn't it's not a channel divinity. Give me a second.
Trickster, clever.
Sir Jonas could just about charm the pants off of anybody in that post office.
That's true too.
I'm not finding it. I thought I had something.
That's okay.
Perhaps.
Blend.
You think you could just blend in?
Hopefully.
Because these letters were.
I do have disguise self. I do have disguise self.
Okay, that'll work because these letters were given specifically to us, which suggests that whoever this guy is, he must know who we are, and might be like, if he sees one of us there, it might scare him off.
I thought they were just given directly to Brandon instead, not delivered to us.
Brandon knows us by sight.
Do we think that they were targeted to us, or do we think it was just the next 5 people that came in?
You think it was probably just the next 5 people, because there's not a whole that you all have in common with each other, and it's very common for someone to exactly because they don't want to pay too much money, or they don't want to end up with kind of a ragtag party that's too large.
Then maybe we have Signy disguise herself. Jonas tries to blend in. Kenny makes Carmen invisible, and I'll just work on the landscaping of the post office as though I'm supposed to be there. I can look like a gardener pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
That way, you've got some backup in there with you in case stuff goes sideways.
All right,
And
so
you're like innocuous.
at this point, I'm going to use my second level spell slot to disguise self, and I'm going to just make myself look like a different person posting this.
Yeah. Okay. So now you have 2 post office workers.
Mhm.
And everyone else, and now Carmen is invisible.
Yes.
And
Like we do all this casting just as we're around the corner.
yeah,
from
yeah,
post.
no.
Yeah.
So maximize our time.
All right, and then Jonathan and blend into the background.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
just gardening. I'm landscaping, you know.
Okay. So how would you like to progress?
Good
Well, I
question.
think Kenny and I should walk in at the same
Yeah.
time because we're pretending to be post office workers.
Yeah.
And if I'm invisible, I can go in with them.
Yeah. Okay.
So Kenny's gonna walk in, kind of like he's been here a million and one times, and he knows what's happening, and he's gonna attempt to immediately just start heading towards the back room to get to the other side of where all the PO boxes would be.
Okay. You meet absolutely no resistance.
I follow. I mean, I'm just an average male woman.
Yeah, it's a little odd that there are 2 of you, but it's busy in there. It's like 30 minutes to closing. Which means, of course, there's a line practically out the door of people who all want to squeeze in right before the post office closes. And so you go in and you make it look like you belong. Give me, both of you, stealth checks.
Ooh,
Stealth. Hoping for some performance.
Oh, that's an 8. Ugh.
I guess things are about to go sideways quicker.
No, Signy's gonna go sideways, probably into a box of mail. A couple
All right,
names.
Eddie, what about you?
19.
19? Okay. Carmen?
Oh, I didn't know I needed one.
No, actually, no, you're invisible. You're fine. I won't give your dice a chance to mess it up.
Okay.
So Signy, as you're walking, the person behind the front desk turns to you. Wait, I don't recognize.
Oh,
Are you new? I don't recognize. I'm sorry. Like I don't recognize you as working here. And she kind of
Yeah.
grabs you by the arm.
I-
Kenny, you just continue walking by. No one seems to notice.
Yep. Gonna keep
Okay.
going.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn around. Yeah, I'm new. I'm sorry. You weren't here when I interviewed. Can you please let me go? Persuasion.
She's not grabbing you hard. It was just kind of like a wait. Hold on a sec.
Okay.
And she immediately let go. Yeah. She goes, no, I mean, I don't normally sit on interviews, but I've been working here for a long time, and I give me a persuasion roll.
Oh. That is a 19.
I don't recognize you, but I mean, there's so many people coming and going and transferring back and forth. Just go on by. It's fine. I'm sorry. It just
It's
sometimes
fine.
a little paranoid.
Yeah, rude.
It's fine. And I walk off right after Kenny, slightly fuming, but also knowing that he couldn't really break our cover. So I'll get you next time, cowboy.
All right.
Listen, you just gotta saunter in like you know the place.
Yeah. So you saunter in like you know the place. You walk in. Do you go right to the PO boxes?
Yes. I go
All
straight
right.
to
So
the
you go right to
PO.
the PO boxes, and to the correct one, and you open it from the back, no problem. And inside is a single letter.
Okay. I'm gonna take the letter out.
Mhm.
And I'm not gonna read it yet, but I'm gonna kind of stash it away like I'm supposed to be delivering it.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. So you stashed away. No one else is in the back room. You guys can do whatever you want.
Oh Jesus.
Ugh.
It's a pretty solid plan. So you're just pocketing a letter and then doing anything else?
I'm gonna start
I'm
looking
not gonna-
around at this. I'm investigating this.
All right, give me an investigation roll.
Ugh. The one thing I am shit at.
Well, don't say investigate.
That's a 12.
12. Okay, you're looking and there's a lot of mail here. There's so many letters.
Too frickin' tall. Keep in mind, this is a 5 foot tall person. She didn't change her height, but she changed herself to look more like a male person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what?
Anything else you guys are doing, or are you just gonna kind of go back out?
Uh,
I mean,
what were
I'll stay back there for a little bit and pretend like I'm doing stuff,
Mhm.
just so it's not suspicious as I just walk in and walk out.
Mhm.
And then I'll, after maybe about like 20 minutes, half an hour, I'll walk out.
Okay.
That long?
Long before that happens, can I do a thing?
Yes, go for it.
Can I duck around the corner and wild shape
Yes.
into a bug?
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna kind of go fly in and kind of land on his shoulder. And I want to try and look at, is there any information on the PO box, like a name or anything? You know how the PO boxes normally have a label on them?
Yeah. So the PO box just says UA.
It just says UA.
Ultra ass.
I'm gonna like buzz around because maybe there's records back here. So I'm gonna kind of buzz around Kenny's head and then like buzz near the label and then buzz around him and kind of go back and forth to try and get him to get possibly a chance at realizing, hey, this isn't just a regular old bug. Maybe this is, someone's trying to tell me something.
I mean, I have no idea he can do this, so I don't know how I would know this is him. I might just try to swat him away.
He tries to swat you away, but you're pretty nimble. You stay far enough away. You think maybe you should have a conversation in the future about the fact that you can turn into a bug?
Yeah, I didn't realize that he didn't know. This is common druid stuff,
Don't know a lot of druids.
All
I'm
right.
gonna notice this bug because weird things make me look. Because
Yeah, you noticed the bug.
I'll like buzz around Signy. Like I'm gonna make like circles around her head that just aren't a normal insect flying pattern, because insects are normally like and they just like all over the place. I'm gonna do perfect circles around her head, like I'm an atom orbiting a nucleus or an electron orbiting a nucleus.
I start laughing. Oh, Jonathan, you're so funny.
And then I go fly over to the male thing and like fly back and forth, underlining the UA.
I see. I walk up and just inspect that label just a bit closer.
It looks like all of the other labels that are here, but all of the other labels on the back end of the boxes have full names of people or organizations or corporations. This is the only one that's just 2 letters.
Question: would I recognize the A on the label, a different A, or is that just
No, it's
handwriting
not
screwy?
normal font. It's normal font. It's
Okay,
not the same
So
font.
okay.
So how long do we have until closing time?
It's with Kenny waiting as long as he did, he's going out pretty much right as it's closing. He kind of times it so it's like so everyone else is. He's like, "Bye, everybody," and they're like, "Bye," as if they know him.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna hang back in insect form.
Okay. The door shuts and you hang back in the post office.
So you're waiting in the post office?
Yeah.
Then I will find a little place because how long does invisibility last?
Lasts an hour, so you have about 30 minutes left after it closes.
All right, I'm going to find somewhere to hide that I'm not going to be discovered in case there's somebody there after it closes.
Yeah. So you hide in a big pile of mail in one of the big rolly bins.
Is wild shape the kind of thing that will short out technology?
Probably, yeah. I would say so.
Okay. So I can kind of like try to buzz near security cameras when I change back.
Yeah. And they fizzle a little bit.
Okay, so maybe I won't be seen when I turn back into myself. And then I drop to the floor in like a 3-point crouch, and it looks really cool, unless I fail my dex check.
Give me a dex check.
Because I know you're gonna make me do it.
Of course.
Acrobatics, which is the same as a straight dex for me, so. 13.
That's fine. You land. It looks pretty cool.
I just give a slow clap.
You're not there.
Oh, I'm not? Oh,
Nope.
geez.
You left the only so Signy, Kenny, and Jonas are all kind of just outside of the post office, hanging out on the side of the road. Or we're doing whatever you're doing, and Carmen and Jonathan are inside.
I give Kenny the slow clap. Just like, nice going. Thanks for leaving me there.
You left him.
Fast.
You went first.
I did?
Yeah.
No, earlier when the
No.
other person left, grabbed my attention. I hold bridges.
Well, you
So-
shouldn't have been noticed. That's all I can say.
So common. Because I'm assuming that you've become visible at the same time because wild shape is about an hour, invisibility is about an hour.
Yeah.
I was hoping one of the others would still be here. I wish I had thought of this earlier, but I wonder if we have access to the computer, if we could find out anything more about UA.
Oh, by this time my disguise has dropped.
Yeah, you guys are kind of hanging out a few paces away, and kind of you turned into an alley so that no one would see your disguise drop.
Should
Yeah,
we
that-
search and see if there are physical records of who owns the post office box?
That was exactly what I was thinking. And I'd like to find wherever the physical records would be held.
Yeah. Okay.
How are you at investigation?
Not so good.
Okay.
So Jonas is getting really impatient, just hanging out outside. He's going to go up to the post office door and just start racking on the window.
So,
I'm gonna head out and.
Oh, wait, Kenny and Signy are with you now, Jonas.
Right. But we're still missing 2 members of our group. Haven't seen them for a while. I assume they're probably inside.
well, while we're outside, Kenny's the letter that he stole, he's gonna open it up and read it and see what it says.
Yeah. So the letter itself, it's a bunch of you kind of read through it, and it's a bunch of nothing. It's like it barely makes sense. Kind of talking about investments, but not even using the right word for words associated with banking and investments. It's just appeared to look so boring that no one would actually read it. But at the very bottom, it's signed off, and instead of saying sincerely or anything like that, it catches your attention that it's signed off by saying, freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. And that's the signature.
I'm peeking over.
Yeah, and you read it
Kenny's.
too.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm reading this since nothing's really going on.
So I'm looking for those physical records.
Okay, give me an investigation roll.
Can I cast Enhance Ability on myself?
Sure.
I'm going to cast it on Intelligence so that I can have advantage on an investigation check.
Natural 20.
Never mind.
There it is. Welcome back.
All right. You're looking through the records, and you find a piece of paper that says that the UA box is paid for by a person by the name of Earlwale Augury.
Say that again, please.
Earlwale Augury.
Do you want to type that into the chat for us?
Yeah.
That is not how I spelled that.
Does Earlwale mean anything?
What languages do you speak?
All of them. I don't know. Hang on, let me look.
Me too.
Yeah.
No,
What languages do you speak?
I speak Common and Shawnee Indian, so no.
Okay. What languages do you speak, Carmen?
I speak. Let me find where I put that. I speak Spanish, Norse Common, and Celestial.
Okay. So you know that augury is like an English word.
Yeah.
That kind of means bad omens. But you don't really know if Earlwale it means anything, or you can't even tell what language it would be.
What does augury mean?
Bad omens.
It's like a kind of divination.
Yeah.
Mm.
Doom in the future, that sort of thing. Not generally a happy, fuzzy thought.
Shall we go report?
Yeah, let's go find the others.
Both of you give me. So, how are you going to leave the building?
Well, hopefully I've shorted out enough stuff back here with casting a second level spell.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a back door or a side door that postal workers can
Yeah,
go
you
up?
easily find a back door, and you kind of lock it behind yourselves, but you sneak out the back. Both of you give me stealth checks, just for.
Ten.
Great.
I'm super quiet.
23.
Nice. You walk out. You don't really, and you join the rest of your companions who are all kind of clustered around Kenny, who is reading a letter.
Oh.
Walk up to him and just shove this paper in his face. This is who pays for the box.
Yeah, well, this is something about, I don't even know, investments, money. I didn't go to school for this.
I yanked the letter out of Kenny's hand. Yoink!
Okay.
I'm getting a better look at this.
I will look over her shoulder and can I investigate it?
Yeah, investigate away.
So that I don't waste my enhanceability.
Mhm.
22.
22. So looking back at the letter that you originally got and comparing it, they look very similar, in font and typography. But you also start to pay attention to kind of the way the words are lined up, because it doesn't flow off the tongue.
Right. The word,
and there are weird line breaks that just, don't seem, though they seem like they have to be.
Are there is there like a visual?
I did not have a visual made. However, if you look back at your own letter,
do we have the same screwy A?
yeah, it has the same screwy A's. but if you read the first letter of every line on your letter, it actually matches the first letter of every line on the new letter.
Okay.
So it says darkest night.
Darkest night.
And then at the bottom, instead of being signed away as UA, it is signed as freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor.
Freedom is never.
Any chance we can make a history check, see if...
Yeah, everyone make it just an intelligence check.
Ooh. I have advantage on those because I am still extra smart.
That's a big old 4.
You got distracted by a pretty flower.
I needed that advantage.
I too rolled a 4.
You are distracted by the exact same pretty flower.
No, I pull her over to look at the flower. Carmen, look!
Kenny?
19.
19, okay. Jonas?
12.
12?
Mm-hmm.
17.
17? Okay, Kenny, as a performer, there's something kind of poetic about the words, freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It sounds very familiar, not in like a magic spell way, as in you think you've heard a song or a poem or maybe even a speech that, oh, I'm jealous, that had that in it.
Like maybe FDR?
No,
Okay.
not FDR.
Do I think it was maybe another monument somewhere out there?
Yeah, maybe. That seems like kind of a logical thing.
Kenny is going to take out his phone and attempt to do a quick Google search of this phrase, freedom is never given by their oppressors, to see if it has any what it brings up.
Go for it. Why don't you just Google it?
Because there's no fun just Googling it in real life.
It's a speech from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Ah.
Speech.
Oh.
Google. I didn't know that off the top of my head.
So are we supposed to go there then?
I would think that the Martin Luther King Memorial might make sense.
I mean, we were found at FDR with the thing. The next thing might be there. We're probably going to get jumped.
You remember passing by the Martin Luther King Memorial on your way to the FDR Memorial? They're like a few blocks away. They're the two largest two memorials on the west side of the tidal basin.
Sounds like that's our next stop.
That can't be a coincidence.
No.
Very well. Back to the memorials.
Well, I say we grab some lunch or something. Maybe take a quick little breather. Before
It's like 6 p.m. now.
Maybe dinner.
Dinner.
So you're suggesting a short rest, perhaps?
Perhaps,
Yeah.
and then maybe hit the place later at night. So hopefully we don't disturb anybody.
All right. So you go grab some shawarma. Because I've been watching way too many Avengers movies.
Kenny stops by the Cinnabon.
Yeah, and you stop by a Cinnabon because is it really a Mayo campaign if there aren't cinnamon rolls involved?
I'm totally down for cinnamon rolls.
Signy is going to turn away the cinnamon rolls because, and she quotes, cinnamon makes me sick. Sorry. And then she's just going to go back and continue eating the shawarma that she bought.
All right, so after your shawarma and cinnamon rolls, which sounds like a really good dinner, and I'm realizing I'm hungry now.
Jonathan has falafel because he's a vegetarian.
Of course he is.
Signy's also stealing one of his falafels because she's a food thief. Carmen can attest.
you make your way to the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial, and as it's nighttime and it's after dark, there's no one really around. It's pretty empty. You make your way to where the big statue of Dr. Martin Luther King is. And I don't know if you've seen pictures of it, but on two sides it's smooth stone, and then on the other two, Martin Luther King is kind of coming out of the rock. And so I would like everyone to give me an investigation roll as you kind of look at the statue.
Okay, using a new D20. Hopefully this one works.
18.
18, okay.
Unnatural
11.
20.
Unnatural 20, okay.
20 Nice. 24 for Jonas.
Nice.
7.
All right, so those of you who rolled a 19 or above, on one of the sides, it's got the "I have a dream" speech written out on it. And you kind of you kind of touch it, and then you can see a little bit of mist shimmering. And the mist shimmers, and suddenly there's a circle made out of dark red. There are 8 symbols evenly spaced around the circle. Above the circle is written the following verse. Change your fate, summon the key, bring forth that which you see. Don't trust your eyes or your mind, control the heart, transform in kind. Connect the dots to open the door. If you need help, consult the lore. And I will also send it to you so that you can refer back.
Heart transformation. Sounds like this sounds like a school of magic.
They all sound like schools of magic to me.
Yeah, I mean, the skull could very well be necromancy.
I'm thinking the heart's enchantment. That's kind of up my alley.
Yeah, so to describe, I keep on forgetting that there are people watching. To describe going clockwise around the circle, the first one appears to be a shield. The next one is a pentagram. The next one is a crystal ball. The fourth one is a heart. The fifth one is looks to be some flames. The sixth one is a swirling eyeball. The seventh one is a skull. And the eighth and final symbol is a diamond that looks to be shifting from one color to another.
So do each of these symbols appear to be movable in some way? Can they be pushed in or moved?
So you touch them and it's hard stone. There's no give and take. You can't like take them out. They're carved into the rock.
So let's try to label these. I feel like the shield is abjuration.
Mm-hmm.
The diamond, since it's changing from one to another, is probably transmutation.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Necromancy is
Skulls.
the skull. The swirly eye
Illusion.
could be enchantment or illusion, probably illusion. The fire has to be evocation.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And so we think that the heart is enchantment, the crystal ball divination, which leaves conjuration for the pentagram.
Yeah, conjuration sounds right.
So the poem says if you need help, consult the lore. Do we know what the lore is?
I mean,
lore could also refer to correctly labeling them as schools of magic.
so abjuration.
I think we need some chalk or something maybe to physically connect them with a line. But then I'm worried that the pattern we make might unleash something.
You know what? This thing looks like it might respond more to touch. We can't actually physically move them, but if we touch them with something. Do we still have that crystal, or did we post it?
I didn't put it in the
I think you still have
mailbox.
Did you put it in the mailbox or no?
No.
Yeah, so you still have the crystal.
Hmm.
All right, so let's see. Change your fate, summon the key. So change your fate would be transmutation. Change is transmutation.
Mm-hmm.
Summon would be conjuration.
Which would be the key.
Bring forth that which you see.
Illusion. That would be illusion.
Don't trust your eyes or your mind would be illusion.
Yeah.
Right, so change your fate, summon the key. That's transformation, conjuration. Bring forth that which you see could be evocation. Because the evocation is to bring forth. That's like creating fire and lightning and things like that.
Mm-hmm. There's also abjuration, which brings forth things, but I'm not 100%.
But abjuration's more protection, though.
Oh, that is right.
And then don't trust your eyes or your mind would be illusion.
Mm-hmm.
And control the heart, transform in kind, which would bring us back to one. So let me see if I connect those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Doesn't really make a shape of any sort, but I mean that feels right. Change, summon, unless change your fate could be divination though.
Yeah, divination usually is used for changing fates.
Yeah, so hang on,
that would be crystal ball.
So 1, 2, 3.
So as everyone in the group starts talking, Jonas is going to go up and with his index finger touch the crystal ball figure.
Nothing happens.
Well, thought we'd try that out.
Change your fate, summon the key. That would be so summon would be conjuration. Bring forth that would be evocation. Which you see, don't trust your eyes or your mind is
Illusion.
Or is it illusion and then enchantment? Don't trust your eyes or your mind.
Yeah.
That's right.
Or your mind. Control the heart. That would be enchantment.
That's
Control the
enchantment.
heart. Which would still be next. And then transform in kind. That would be 6 different things. Let me see what that looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nah, it doesn't look like anything either.
Jonathan, you're like, the end of one line leading into the other line, that happens like with don't trust your eyes or your mind, control the heart, transform in kind. I'm back around. So you think you might be onto something there where the end of each line might have to do with the beginning of the next line as well.
So change your fate, summon the key. Bring forth that which you see. So key and see?
Or I was thinking key and bring and bring forth what you see might both be summoning instead of bringing forth being evocation.
But summoning is also evocation.
Summoning is normally considered conjuration.
That's right. Yeah. Don't listen to the cleric of Loki. She don't know her schools of magic. She only knows what she flings around.
So I get really bored while everybody is figuring this out, and I walk over and I stick my finger on one of the symbols, and I just start tracing random designs from
Oh, no.
from one symbol to the other.
Oh no.
Okay. So you complete the first time you complete a loop, you take 9 points of necrotic damage.
Carmen! Why?
So I think change your fate, we all agree, is
It's gotta be change your fate has gotta be divination. I feel like the connection between we connect. But do we connect?
because it says to connect the
So-
dots.
Yeah.
So we have to go. So that makes me sound like we have to connect divination to conjuration.
I just messed with it, made a complete loop, and it did something to me. So it has to be a full design, a full figure.
Or maybe the full figure is not what's supposed to go down.
What do I know?
Summon the key, bring forth that which you see.
Mm,
Because there's 8 things.
from what the poem sounds like, at least two things are supposed to be left out.
If it was a pentagram, it would be 5 lines,
Yeah, and there's 8.
and that seems kind of like the kind of thing that I would expect to see here.
Isn't this a 5-line poem?
It's 4 lines and then the 2 lines at the end that say connect the dots to open the door. If you need help, consult the Lord.
So change your fate.
Darn
summon the
you,
key.
sonnets.
But change your fate, summon the key are 2 different things. So that's 2.
So summon the key and bring forth what you see is 1, though.
Jonas, do you try to complete a loop that goes divination, conjuration, illusion, enchantment, transmutation?
I do.
You take 11 points of necrotic damage.
Ugh. Okay, so that loop isn't it.
Wait, sorry, what did you do? Divination?
It's in the chat.
Oh,
You had
okay.
divination, conjuration, illusion, and transmutation.
I think, hang on. Let me try something here a second.
This is a good one. This is a good one.
What you see? No, that's not going to work. Damn it. I mean, I can make a shape if we assume that change your fate is still, no, that wouldn't be transformation though. Change your fate has to be divination. And summon is conjuration, it's not evocation.
Abjuration can change your fate by protecting you, though. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm
No.
very wrong.
This is a tough one. It's a good one.
I copied, pasted the riddle in chat so other people can follow along.
I was just about to do that. I
unfortunately can't. I can't copy paste the image, but I think we've described it well enough that you know that it's a circle with the 8 schools of magic in alphabetical order, evenly spaced, going around clockwise.
Mm-hmm.
With abjuration at 12 o'clock for those following along at home.
Yep.
So change your fate. All right, let's see. That's got to be a divination.
Give me an Arcana check.
Arcana?
Yeah. Everyone give me an
That's
Arcana check.
Nat 20 from Jonas.
All right.
Jonas?
Yep.
You notice a few of the
That's a 6 from Signy.
We
yeah.
gotta get the nat 20. We're good.
Yeah, so you touch it again, not connecting any dots because you kind of learned your lesson a little bit, and you see some of the words kind of shimmer and become a little bit darker. And so specifically, change, summon, bring forth, see, eyes, mind, heart, and transform all kind of get a little bit bolder,
Wait,
kind
so
of sink in farther.
Give us that again, Maya.
So it's change, summon, bring forth, see,
Mhm.
eyes, mind.
Slower.
I'm also doing it. I'm also
Okay.
and transform.
Okay, so change your fate is transmutation. It's the change part that's important.
Mm-hmm.
So we go, all right, so let me draw this again.
C. Oh, maybe C is abjuration? Because you have to see the thing to protect it. Because eyes is a different thing.
Unless you're supposed to hit that space twice. Let's see. So transformation is
So
definitely
change and transform kind of mean the exact same thing.
right, which
so-
makes sense that you're beginning and ending in the same place. That lends it to we're drawing a closed shape of some sort.
Yeah, and also, summon, bring forth. Those sound very similar. See, eyes sound similar.
Oh. Triangle. This is a freaking triangle. Almost.
So change your fate, summon is transformed to conjure. So bring forth and see is conjure to illusion.
A lot of people connect the mind and heart.
Eyes to mind.
Eyes to see.
Well, right. If we're doing these are the same. So summon and bring forth are the same. Change to summon is a line. Bring forth to eyes or to see is a line. Eyes to mind is a line. So that would be illusion to enchantment.
Yeah, illusion to enchantment, back to transmutation.
Yeah.
Transformation, which would make like a Black Widow kind of symbol.
Yeah, so do you trace that out?
Which the Black Widow symbol is that does that mean anything like arcana wise or history wise or anything like that? Or
I mean, nature wise, it reminds you of Black Widow fighters.
Which is kind of a death sort of thing. Yeah, I'll trace that.
So yeah, so you trace it, and it goes, and the circle presses back into the stone. An entire stone wall of the memorial pushes back with the circle and lifts up. And there are stairways leading down into the darkness. Good job solving that puzzle, guys.
Nicely done, Braille.
Does anyone want to does anyone need any kind of healing before we go in, or do we want to take a short rest before we go in, or do we just want to charge in blindly?
I thought we took a short rest when we were getting food.
We
Couple of us
did,
took a little.
but the
got a little
people who did the
stung
short
from it.
rest are also the same people that injured themselves on the memorial.
I did spend some of my spell slots. I forgot I don't know how to plug in short rest in here.
It's a little
There's a
button.
very cool feature. If you click on your
Yeah,
name,
D&D Beyond. Thank you for having a button.
That's right. All right. I
Where's
guess
my button?
Click on
I
your
guess
name.
Find it.
Yep, found the button.
Awesome.
Okay, so I guess we're walking down.
I go right in.
And then Jonas will follow very closely behind.
All right, charge again blindly. I like it.
Does anyone need any light of some sort?
Pretty much.
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
is light.
Everyone's gonna need light.
I
Everyone
am
Well-
completely
is
blind.
human.
Jonas will pull out his flaming greatsword and kind of hold it above his head.
Yeah,
Well,
that
I pull out my cell phone and turn on the light.
Mine's cooler.
yeah. So you descend down the steps, down about a story, and there's into a dark room, with a door in front of you, and you try the doorknob. No lock, no enchantment. It just turns and opens. And inside is a well lit room. There's lights hanging from the ceiling. And a woman with dark skin is sitting behind a desk, writing down, and she looks up, slightly surprised to see you, but a little bit of recognition kind of sets into her eyes. Oh, you're here. I didn't expect you to follow the trail this way, but I suppose you're
And-
here for your payment.
Which way did you expect us to follow the trail?
I just expected you to leave proof at the post office.
Mm-hmm. See, we were gonna do that, but then we found out something. Someone got a little bit screwy with their A's.
Earlwell, I presume.
Yes, that is my name.
I thought it was ultra ass.
She snaps her fingers, and her form shimmers for a second. And before, she had darker skin, but now you see that the skin is almost ashen colored, and her dark black hair that was pulled into a tight bun is white. She snaps her fingers, and two spiders and pop to the ground beside her.
God dang darn it.
I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Yeah, this is happening. And as she does that, I want to say, oh no, it is we who have come to pay you. Because, dramatic moment.
All right. 20 to 25.
No, not this time.
15 to 20.
15.
18 for
15.
Jonas.
Okay, so 18 Jonas, 15 Signy and Kenny. Um 5 to 10.
9.
11.
Okay.
Kenny?
He had 15.
Oh, okay. Phew.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't hear you say, and I was like, oh no.
All right, well,
Oh,
luckily
him
for
and
you,
Siggy tied.
she also did not roll super well on her initiative. I forgot your name. Pops. Okay. So
Jonathan?
first up,
Sorry, you've forgotten my name?
yeah. Not your actual name, your character name, because your name's in the initiative order on my piece of paper. Anyways, Jonas, you're up first.
All right, so Vantage, what's kind of happening around me?
Sorry, what?
Sorry. What do I see? So I see her right in front
So
of me.
there's a woman in business clothes with dark skin that when you focus really hard, her dark skin is almost gray, not really like normal human flesh tones. And her black hair becomes white.
Mhm.
And then two spiders on either side of us.
And there's two spiders on either side of her, kind of behind
Okay.
her.
Okay. About how far away is she?
She's well within your movement.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to cast my Eldritch Blast.
Mhm.
And it gives me 2 beams, and so I'm going to fire one beam at one spider and the other at the other.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
All right. First one is a 17.
Okay, that definitely hits.
Second one is a 24.
That also hits.
All right. First one takes 8 points of damage, and the second takes 5.
Okay.
And then I'd
Sydney,
like
you're up.
to use my movement to kind of take lead and just kind of right there in the dead center.
Okay, Signy.
All right. So first things first, I'm going to activate both my shield and my sickle. So you watch as earlier in the day I had shake out my shield to activate bracelet to activate my shield, and then I spin the ring on my thumb to summon the sickle into my hand, and I am charging for that for the spider that took 8 damage. From Jonas.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Okay, and that is a hit. That'll be 17.
That hits.
Spider.
6 damage.
Okay, great. Okay. Next is Kenny.
Kenny is going to he's gonna have his guitar whipped out around, and he's gonna tell the woman, you know, took us forever to find you. I really don't want to lose you too. And he's gonna cast Fairy Fire to hit her and the 2 spiders behind her, and attempt to outline them in a green light. So I must make a dexterity saving throw.
All right, so she succeeds, and the 2 spiders fail with matching 2s.
Woof.
Nice.
Advantage on spiders.
Yep.
So everyone has advantage on spiders.
And then he's just gonna step back a little bit to get away from any of the front lines.
You want to do anything with your bonus action?
Yeah. So he's gonna use his bonus action to give some inspiration to Jonathan, and he is gonna sing I got friends in wild phases where the wolves howl and the bears chases my enemies away, and I'll be okay.
All right.
Nice. I am inspired.
So you have a D8 of inspiration.
I feel
Perfect.
inspired just listening to it.
That was
Carmen,
good.
you're up.
Uh-oh. Did we lose her?
Sorry. I'm
My
going
country music over
to.
away.
She forgot her name was Carmen.
Yes, my brain just shut off at the country music. Sorry.
As it mostly does. Usually does with country music.
So only one of the spiders has been attacked.
No, both have taken damage.
Okay. I will run up to that. It doesn't even matter. One of the spiders, and I'll attempt to kick it and then punch down on top of it.
Yeah, go for it.
That's gonna be gross.
Have advantage on the spiders.
You do have advantage.
That
They're
is
fairy
useful. Okay, so 22
That's
and 18.
That also hits. Roll damage.
11 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use a key point
Mm-hmm.
and do 2 more attacks.
Yeah, you are.
Still at advantage.
22.
That
Yeah.
hits. And actually, roll damage on that hit.
8.
So as you punch it, you go straight through his head with the guts and gore of the spider just dripping all over your.
I'll look at the woman and hold up the arm with the guts on it and say, "You're next."
All right. One of the spider that's still alive is going to scuttle over to Carmen and try to hit her and miss. So that's their turn. Jonathan.
All right.
Since it misses, I'd like to use a reaction. I'm going to use a key point to direct that spider to attack its master.
It's not quite close enough.
It's not within 5 feet?
No.
Okay.
Well, that's no fun.
Jonathan?
All right. Is there a 20-foot straight line between me and like a spot in the room will be a 20-foot straight line between me and the lady?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to change into a giant bison. And I am going to move to that point, and then I am going to charge straight at her with a goring bison horn attack. And
Yeah, go for it.
people are going to notice that the bison that I have changed into looks very much like the silhouette of the bison inside the Dreamcatcher on the back of my leather jacket. This is my spirit animal. And ooh, that is a 20. Not
That
now.
definitely hits.
And since
Roll
I did
damage.
the charge attack, that means I get an extra 2d8 on her,
Ooh, nasty.
which means I am doing 4d8 plus 5 damage, and she needs to make a DC 15 strength save, or she is lying on the ground underneath my hooves.
She fails it.
All
So
right,
she's knocked prone and she takes.
hang on, I'm rolling. 8, 20, 22, 27 points of bison damage.
Oh man.
Nasty.
Nice.
And I will
Yeah.
snort at her as I stand over her prone form.
Yeah, she is not happy with that.
Nope.
But now it is her turn.
Yeah, it is.
And she goes, I'd love to sit around and play all day, but if this is the way it's going to be, I prefer not to do business with people who are going to try to kill me. And she claps her hands. And behind you, Charles. A horrible monstrosity with a single eye and an oozing stump, and it has limbs, but they're more tentacles that are oozing and dripping. It's a demon,
Yeah, it is.
and it lets out a roar, and that is going to be the end of her turn. I'm going to initiative for this dude.
Technically
Now,
not a
back-
dude, a chick, but I don't actually know what it is, so.
Jonas, your turn.
All right. So is she still prone on the ground?
She is
Oh,
still
yeah.
on the ground.
All right. I'm going to rush up to her and take 2 swipes at her. And since
At
she is
advantage.
on the ground, I get advantage.
Yeah, with advantage.
First one is a nat 20.
Oh!
And
Oh,
second
yeah.
is a 19.
Those both will hit, yeah.
All right. And so
Roll that damage.
I I roll double dice. Is that right?
Yeah, double dice.
The first one's gonna get 8 dice to it.
Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be beautiful.
This is gonna be great.
This is gonna be great.
Okay. Math. Give me a minute.
Thank you for the raid, Rhythmic High. Thank you for the raid.
Thank you, Raiders.
31 points of damage on the first hit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wait, sorry. 36 points of damage. Forgot to add a die.
Oh.
Okay.
And the second. 21 for the second.
Okay.
Youch.
Signy.
Oh, it's my turn, huh?
Yeah.
Right. Well, while she's on the ground, I am also going to. Let me make sure I know what I'm doing. Okay. I'm going to rush up to her, and I'm going to smack my hand onto her chest, and I'm going to roll cast Inflict Wounds.
Yes.
Nice.
All right.
At 3rd level.
Yeah, you are. Is there a to hit or a saving throw or something?
There's a 2 hit. So
Okay.
let me roll. And that is a 21 to hit.
Nice.
Yeah.
So she
Inflict those
gets
wounds.
5d10 5d10 necrotic. So give me a second. 10 20. Where's my other? Oh, 20. Then one more. That is 6. Wait. Hold on, I misread that wrong. 10, 12, 16 damage.
16.
Yeah, 16.
That is how many she had left.
Can I describe it?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so I am fully pissed at this woman. I don't know what the hell she summoned behind us, but I know it might be something bad. And I'm just gonna say, no more of your games. Smack my hand right in the center of her chest. And as you watch, from my hand, this inky black starts spreading across her body in thin little rivulets, just little roots digging into her skin. She's gonna feel immense pain.
Yeah, so she screams in agony as her skin shrivels up and leaves a mummy. And as she dies, as the last breath leaves her, the illusions that she was wearing also fade. And before you see a full drow priestess lying and a shriveled mummy on the floor.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kenny, it is your turn.
All right. Where is the beast in position to me?
It's probably pretty close to you.
All right. I am gonna cast Dissonant Whispers at it at 3rd level,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna break its brain. Its achy, breaky brain.
Yes.
What kind
So it
of
needs
save
to make a Wisdom saving throw, please.
Ooh, he fails.
All right. He's gonna take.
Nice.
He takes 5d6 psychic damage. So 10, 18, 21 psychic damage, and has to use its reaction to get as far away from me as it possibly can.
Yeah, so he runs away from you.
Yep. And then I'm gonna back away and run away from it in the opposite direction
Okay.
because I do not like to be near things that can hurt me.
That's fair.
Yeah. All right. So the he running away from Kenny. It's now the demon's turn, but he watched as Signy just killed its friend,
Oh,
and so he's going to make two melee attacks against you. That'll hit. Oh gosh, that's a. It's fine. We're just gonna pick up an d20, and that will miss. But the first one does. Oh, that's nasty. I'm gonna roll.
Oof.
I'm gonna roll back because that is not pleasant. Oh no, sorry, that's wrong. You take 20 points of damage,
Oof! Ouch.
17 of which are poison damage.
Ooh, so am I poisoned?
No, you just take poison damage.
Okay. Ugh. I'm hurting now. I'm hurting.
And now it is Carmen's turn.
So there's the demon. Is there a spider left?
Yeah, there's a demon and a spider left.
Where is the demon?
The spider is closer to you than the demon is.
Okay. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna attempt to whack at that spider a couple of times.
Yeah, you are.
Still have advantage on that, yeah?
You do.
First one is 19 to hit.
That definitely hits.
And 25 to hit.
That also hits.
Nice.
That one misses.
17 points of damage.
Very nice.
And then I like to use a key point and do it again.
Yeah, you are.
24 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage for me.
She's about to put her fist through the head of another spider.
That is 5.
All right. So, earlier your right hand got punched straight through the spider's head. Now your left hand is matching, and the other spider crumples to the ground. Which is a shame because it was their turn next. Or I guess we're going to skip that because they're dead. Jonathan, it is your turn.
Okay, how far away from me is the demon?
Well, actually, no. It's about 50 feet away from you.
About 50. Okay. Let me see what my move is as a bison. It's only 40 rats.
Use your action as a dash.
Yeah, but if I do a dash, I can't attack it. How many of our peoples are hurting? All right, so
I'm at like 31 hit points. I'm okay, but I might die if I get hit again.
all right, I can't hit anything. Is there a spell that I could cast that would hurt anything? I don't think there is from where I am. So I think what I will do is drop my wild shape for right now.
Mm-hmm.
And can I, because I believe that Carmen and Jonas are also hurt a little bit. What spot is close to Carmen? Actually, is anybody engaged with the monster at this point?
Who did it just to Carmen?
Signy is.
Hit Carmen.
No,
Signy.
Or Signy.
it hit
Okay.
me.
So
Carmen killed what she had engaged.
We should all be pretty close to each other, right?
all right. So what I'm going to do is
It's not a huge room, but yeah.
I'll move 30 feet closer with my move, and I will drop a healing spirit.
Okay.
Right in the same space as Signy.
So you're
So-
dropping out of your wild shape?
Yes.
Okay,
Dropping
gotcha.
out of my wild shape, moving to get like a little bit close, to get closer, and then dropping a healing spirit on Signy, which it's only 1d6 hit points, but other people, then if she moves adjacent, other people can move through the space and pick up a d6 each as well.
Nice. Jonas, it's your turn.
All right, but how far away am I from the demon?
You're probably 30 feet.
30 feet. Okay. And just so getting a look at it, is it standing on two legs or is it floating?
It looks. It almost looks like it's a stump, like two stumpy legs, like not humanoid legs at all.
Okay.
Two stumpy, oozing legs. They're really nasty.
All right, so I got a speed of 30, so I'm going to rush up to it. Get within range. And then I'm going to attempt to attack it using one of my maneuvers. It's a trip attack. See if I can knock him down.
Okay.
All right. Rolling. That is a 23 to hit.
That hits.
All right. And if it's considered large or if the target is considered large or smaller, it must make a strength saving throw.
It fails.
And it falls prone.
Okay.
All right,
How
then
much
I'd like-
does it take any damage?
Oh, it does. It takes. 12. 21 points of damage for the first hit.
Okay.
And then while it's prone on the ground, I'm going to take my second attack.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives me advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Rolling a 25.
That hits, yeah.
Okay. And this is fire damage as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least 2d6 of it is. Dealing 17 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to expend my Action Surge to allow me to hit it one more time.
Go for it.
Right. So first attack is not that great. It's a 14.
That misses.
All right. And then the second attack is a 22.
That definitely hits, though.
Alrighty. Dealing 10, 16, 23 points of damage.
Okay.
I'm ending my turn.
Signy, you're up.
Okay, so I get that 1d6 of healing, yeah.
Yep.
Yes, you do.
Right. Let me re-roll that because that fell to the floor. That is a 6.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I get 6 of those back.
I healed the cleric.
Good job.
The cleric who's shit at healing.
Okay.
I did say. Okay, and that thing is prone, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to expend another spell slot, and this time it's going to be a second level inflict wounds, because I am
Nice.
now pissed that this thing hit me again.
Mm-hmm.
And as such, I'm going to. Okay, so that's a hit. Do I get advantage because it's prone? Because this is a melee.
You do.
Oh, nat 20!
Nice.
All right. Double those dice.
All right. And this thing takes 4d. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make it a third levels.
You already said the second level.
Yep, right, true. I didn't expend that. But that's okay, because it's a 4d10 anyways.
Uh-huh.
Cast that. And that is 6. 7 plus 5 is 13. That is 19. I double that, don't I?
Nope, you rolled a 4 dice again.
Okay. 19. Ooh. 15. 20. 29 plus 19 is
Wow.
48.
48.
All right.
Wow.
Kenny, you're up.
Kenny is just gonna attempt to mock this thing and just be like, "You're ugly," and doesn't know what else to say to it. So vicious mockery.
Okay. If fails its save.
It takes 4 points of psychic damage. It has disadvantage on its next attack,
Nice.
and then he's also going to use a.
It's not going to have disadvantage on its next attack.
Did you just mock it to death?
Because it's not going to have one.
Yeah.
Signy's pretty sure that it died because it eviscerated it with necrotic damage. But you, Kenny, you're positive that you gave the killing blow with those really vicious words of mockery. You stand in a room that's sterile and white, surrounded with the dead bodies of a demon, 2 spiders, and a drow priestess, and you wonder, what the hell did you get yourselves into? And that is where we're going to end tonight.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
But what about my money?
Thank you so much for
Well, I was gonna say we can always search the desk later because
yeah.
yeah.
You will loot the bodies later, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for playing with me, everyone who came and watched. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you to Forged for giving me a place to play D&D with all of these people and for letting me DM. I had a blast, and I hope you did too. Anyone have any last minute thoughts before we end our game?
Okay, first things first. Thank you, Maya, for being a wonderful DM. This is fan-freaking-tastic. Can't wait to continue this storyline again. I'm a little sad that I'll be missing out on a chunk of it, but I'll be ready to, raring to go again. Thank you, wonderful viewers, and thank you for a special couple of people, especially Dr. Kill Patient, for viewing in. That's my brother-in-law, folks.
Avistic?
No, great job. Fun campaign. Really love the setting. Love the modern day. Super excited to hang out and see Bryway take his turn at DM on May 1st to play in that one.
Sarah?
Thank you, Maya, for running the game. I had a lot of fun, as always, playing with you. And thank you for Charles for running the show from behind the scenes.
Pops?
Good job, kid. Nicely done. That was good stuff. Nice mix of puzzle, clues, and combat. Dark elves. You know I love me some drow.
I was like, man, you're gonna love this adventure because it's got plants, which you're a druid, and it's got drow, and you love drow, so.
Yep. So it had all of the things.
Checked all your boxes.
It checked all my boxes. Thanks to everybody who watched and really got into it with us. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. If not, we'll try to be more entertaining next time.
Jacob?
Oh, sorry. My internet has been going all day. Thanks for DMing. I really enjoyed this modern setting, and I'm looking forward to the campaign starting up and really exploring Kenny some more and having to come up with more country song parodies.
Yeah, you did good so far. Thank you for taking into my imagination with me. I've always wanted to do something a little bit different with the mechanics I love, and I'm happy that we're building this world together. If you like what we're doing here, Brian over there is going to be DMing another campaign set in the same world, except for he's going to be centered in Boston with Something Wicked.
Something wicked this way comes.
Yeah. Charles, do you have any last minute things to take it away with?
All right. Thank you guys for hanging out here at the Forge. One last time, we do have a giveaway to do really quick. Please stick around. You don't have to do a single thing. Just hang out in the chat when I launch this raid, and you'll get swept away to a wonderland called possibly Greyhawk. I think DM Shane's going to get a little bit of love tonight. Maya, thank you so very much. Absolutely wonderful game. I want you guys to hang around for just a couple seconds afterwards. Everybody out there, if you want to come hang out and talk with myself and some of the other people from behind the scenes, hopefully some of these great cast members, come on over to our Discord, jump into our public voice chat, come hang out for a little while. I'm pretty sure it's not going to go till 4:30 in the morning, but I will start drinking as soon as we're done. So anyways, thank you guys once again. Let's go ahead and find out who's winning this Devon Rue gift certificate. So here we go. Good luck to everybody. Bada bing, bada boom, Jorkal. You just won yourself a $30 gift certificate. So Jorkal, are you out there? Because you do need to be active, my man. You do need to be active. Jorkal, please. Please,
My friend,
Jorkal.
where are you?
Jorkal, you've got a couple minutes, Jorkal. So while I'm waiting to see if Jorkal, there he is.
There
All
we
right,
go.
Jorkal, send me your email address over on Discord for me, would you please? And I will get that wonderful gift certificate off to you as soon as possible, either tonight or tomorrow morning. For everybody else that's hanging around out there, just so you know, we here at Forge at the Table are all about tabletop role-playing games, building a inviting, caring, wonderful, safe, and positive community. If you want to jump in on some games in the future, and I mean the very near future, all you have to do is drop a like on our Twitch channel here, jump over on our Discord, and keep your eyes and ears open. Also, I would like to give a shout out to my lord, all the people that threw the bits at us. I have an announcement coming dealing with that tomorrow night. So you're going to want to hang out tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern time for episode 10 of The Long Road. Love is still in the air. And to wrap this thing up tonight, we are going to go ahead and pull a raid. Like I said, you do not need to do a single thing. Just hang out, come on over with us, and share the love with where we're going. I think everybody's going to get a kick out of DM Shane. He's an absolutely amazing dungeon master. So once again, thank you to the players. Thank you guys for coming in and viewing. Thank you for the bits, the follows, the subscriptions, the raids, all of that stuff. And hey, as per always, peace. Let's play some games. Stick around for the raid. Boom! Raid time.
Poking and prodding, testing the seams.
Is that Shane?
You
Do I hear Shane?
feel pretty sure it's a wall.
Yeah, I think I hear Shane.
I'm gonna close this door. How much of a gap is
Hang
there
out.
around?
23 raiders, come on, people, jump on over,
be
say
consistent
hi
with
to Shane.
just a normal
wonderful
fitting
DM.
About an
door.
inch.
Yeah.
Good friend
Okay.
of our channel.
Inch on the bottom for the airflow. Okay.
And we're
What
sitting here
kind of
twiddling
door?
our
Do I remember what
thumbs.
kind of
There we
door
go.
this one was in the
Raid
really long
away.
hallway? Was it
Raid,
wood? Was it stone? Was it metal?
Would you ping that for me